Also pop that up so that refreshes so the timer starts. Sign in. People are gonna stare at the side of my lovely face here. Alright, timer has been turned on. Stream is live. Hello people, for those who are watching on YouTube, I'm just checking D2L for something real quick. Don't mind me. Okay, so it's due at 11 p.m. on Sunday. Oh, okay, so I can do my other one tonight and then this one tomorrow. Perfect. Plenty of time to do my homework. And they said it couldn't be done. Oh, shoot, that is something I have to go and fix on the extensions. Hi, Fraz.
Stop, bitches.
Fraz, really? Really, Fraz? You gonna call me that? Alright, well.
Really? You're really?
We got we got 3 to 4 hours tonight, Fraz, so, plenty of time to kill you.
Ah, shit.
You're now worried about it.
And ramping up, I get to ramp up the difficulty when Silpip rejoins you.
Okay.
Key point. Now, if he just stays there, which
That,
I'm sure he will.
Oh fuck.
who's
No.
calling Daddy? Fuka, do you have something you want to tell us?
Did you miss a couple of fucking what's it called, child support payments or something?
Jesus,
Says the
Fuka.
one that is possible having 7 fucking kids. Shut the hell up.
Hey,
How am I?
no, he's talking about me.
Oh, okay.
Just because of the fact that I don't have to worry about any of that type of stuff typically. Because the women I usually end up dating and sleeping with are typically barren.
I'm surprised you haven't taken a vasectomy yet.
I thought about it. I honestly did. But I don't know yet. We'll see. That is something I will contemplate. The reason I haven't done it yet is because I can't afford it right now. I'm paying for college, so maybe once I'm graduated.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, who knows? I don't know. You're closer friends to Rachel than I am. Fuka, let me know if there's a little one running around.
Well, for a vasectomy?
No, because I haven't had one. You spoke to her.
How long ago?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. As I say, probably a shorter amount of time than I have. Because I don't think me and her have spoken.
I think we both spoke to her around the exact time. Before she just cut off contact. So.
Well, she kept contact with you because that's how you found out she was dating Hunter.
No, I Ben found out.
Oh, what did you say for us?
Who's Hunter?
A rogue.
I want to join in this conversation.
A rogue in her guild on Final Fantasy, who was in Florida, and basically, so he was closer and he was an easier fuck.
Hey, wait. There's a rogue in FF14?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rogue is Rogue is the basic class for ninja.
Oh, okay.
How? No. Okay, I do not approve of that. Rogues and ninjas are two fucking different things. God damn it. Rogues are assholes. Ninjas have a code of conduct. They have to train.
Also assholes,
Ninjas have to train for fucking years and have to go through so much. A rogue is just a really nice or a more professional thief.
I didn't steal shit.
Again.
You are a really shitty rogue.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Did you fucking see me? No.
Yeah, actually. In fact, I did with 200 crossbow bolts.
No, not that one. The other one. He was a watered down version of a Logger.
Logger, I mean, the only reason Logger didn't die is because of the fact that I didn't start going into heavy traps, and you guys got away from like my main portion of the campaign, and I didn't.
I got a really high passive perception.
And plus, I went really easy on you guys on the first campaign to make sure you didn't outright get destroyed. So.
Even the fucking bard was doing better rogue shit than you. Remember the time? What was it? Fucking. Oh yeah, when he was trying to fuck someone, and then he like looked everywhere in the room to see if he could steal something.
Guess what I found?
Goodbye.
Fuka, he'll never forget. You know the squeaker popped out of this poor thing. It took me like an hour to get this thing glued back together. But no, that's true. I mean, no, rogues are just assholes. But that's
Well,
yeah.
that's how Final Fantasy 14's setup goes about.
But
You
that you
turn in, you
shouldn't go
first
from ninja to rogue. Like that's
no, Rogue to Ninja.
yeah. Oh, I thought you said rogue was a subclass of ninja.
No, ninja
No,
is a rogue, I believe.
no, Rogue is the basic class of ninja. So after like what level 30, you get an advanced class into a certain field. The only branching class in Final Fantasy 14 is Scholar, to where you become Summoner. Oh wait, no, not Scholar. Scholar is
Just
the
show us a
one.
graph.
I mean,
I
I honestly just don't care. Um, I'm never gonna play the game, so
Oh,
it's.
ninja
You was
5.
thinking on playing it.
I
Just
loaded it up on my
irrational.
computer, and the only reason I was interested is because the person I was sticking my dick into was playing it. So that's about it.
Exactly.
And now that's not happening.
Yeah. So I have
I
no
guess.
interest.
Wait, so is that why you were playing For Honor with Trent?
No, God no. No, 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 no. That's a minor. Fuck you, Frez. We're not going into that. That's wrong, and that's illegal. Although I will not lie, there was a chick I was
Hey,
interested
there was
in that
definitely
did
one.
play For Honor. So,
Got him.
God damn it, fucking asshole. Frez, I'm gonna punch you the first time I meet you. I promise that. God damn it,
Yeah,
Frez.
that was good.
Frez, you're a fucked up individual, and that's why you're a good friend. Oh man. Shut.
Line and
Fuck
sinker.
you, Frez. Oh man. This is not the discussion we need to be having during pre-show. I should probably fucking tag Wolf too. Wolf at Aaron. At pre-show has started. I don't even know if Trent's home because he's not active and he's playing For Honor, so that tells me he forgot to turn it off and left, as usual. Ooh.
Gladiator Morale.
Are you going through and checking your character?
No, I'm looking at the thing he sent me. Where the hell is Rogue and
Have fun with that.
No, I literally can't see it.
Well, I mean, you're Asian, so you guys
No,
typically have
it's
bad
just
vision.
2 columns.
Oh. I miss the days of I think it was Final Fantasy 13 was the one I played on the PlayStation 2.
Lightning? No,
Uh,
that's 12. That's 12.
No,
13.
that was 11.
so it was PS2 and
Oh wait, the old MMO?
no, it wasn't an MMO. It was a single player, and you played this like fucking goofy kid, chasing around
12.
his like childhood friend,
12.
and you had to fight these judges and shit like that. And
It's Final Fantasy 12.
the electric spider queen is where I fucking got stuck in that goddamn prison, and I just quit because I never got to the boss. And that was the first like actual major boss of the game outside of like the beginning tutorial, and I never made it because I kept dying. I just got so tired of the game. Oh, Fuka left.
Probably had something to do real quick.
But yeah, God, that was a rough game. Fucking
You
hell.
probably just didn't farm enough.
Yeah, that was it. I didn't. Well, I wasn't a big fan of grinding in those types of
There's
games.
also the option of turning down the difficulty.
The sad thing is that was on the easiest difficulty.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just suck at those kind of RPGs. It's not. I don't like to
I'm-
grind, so
I'm pretty sure if you did the side quests and stuff, you'd do great enough.
I don't know if I did as much.
That explains
I
it.
mean, because I love the beauty. I wasn't a big fan back in the day. This was way before I was a game designer. I was like, I was younger than Trent when I started playing this game. Because this was back when I was in like middle school. I love the book. Oh man, I really wish I still had the art book. That thing was gorgeous. Because I bought the guidebook back when that was a thing. At the local
Showing your
GameStop.
age there.
Yeah, I know,
Showing
right?
Your age there.
And I loved.
Christ.
Oh my god, it was such a beautiful. Like I love the art of the Final Fantasy games. And God, that book was just fun to read through. I would spend hours reading through those types of books. I had one for like almost every N64 game. Again, really showing my age now. Because I had the original Ocarina of Time guidebook that I got at Oh, what was it? I think it was GameStop before we had GameStop. It was the one that fucking partnered with Hollywood Video.
I
Um, Game
Blockbuster.
Crazy, Game
I
Crazy
have
or some
no.
shit like that. It was a game shop that partnered with Hollywood Video. For those people who know what Hollywood Video is back in the day, it was Hollywood Video and Blockbuster.
Hold on, hold on. Do you hear that?
What?
It's the sound of you digging a deeper hole.
Everyone knows I'm old. But the Ocarina of Time one was helpful because I bought. So back in the day, back in my day, we used to be able to buy
Mhm.
used games, and you could continue off some kid's save file. I got the Ocarina of Time N64 game. I went and picked it up at I think it was at like Clackamas Town Center with my grandmother, and it was used, so it was like $5. God, I miss those days when games were that cheap. Like, a brand new game was only $30. Uh, and the guy who had owned it previously had beaten the entire game on one of the save files, so I just got to fuck around on his save files. It was the best
That's
thing ever. The guy had perfected the game. It was like he got literally every single heart capsule, all the golden fucking
it's 100%.
yeah,
The golden spiders.
he 100% got every artifact, all that, and beat Ganon and Ganondorf. And it just basically let me fuck around on the save file then. And then of course I made my own save file, and I made it through half the game. Before I finally just decided not to do anymore. I got to the Shadow fucking dungeon, and I hated that thing. Yeah, it was too much like gaminess to me. One of these days, I'm going to get my like what do you call them? Oh shit, there's a thing on Amazon. Game. Oh, what's it fucking called for my recording or to record your TV and shit?
Capture card. Capture
Yeah,
card.
get like a capture card to capture my TV, and then I'm going to beat all of my N64 games one at a time. And I really want to do Earthworm Jim 3 because that fucking game is a weird goddamn thing. It's like a fucking
I'm
acid trip.
I'm pretty sure capture card goes from console to the card and it splits into two different.
Yeah, I mean, there's one that's really popular amongst Twitch streamers.
I can't
Huh?
remember the name, but I know what you.
Yeah, I've got like on one of my Amazon wish lists. But I'm gonna once I probably get my own place set up and everything like that, and I have a nice little house. That'll be probably one of the things I do. Because I definitely want to get the N64 set up, so that way when Fuka and Wolf are out here, we can do
Play
game
some
nights.
Smash.
Yep, Smash, Pokemon Stadium. There's a Donkey Kong 64. Oh god, I love that game. I've actually beaten that one. That was the first ever game or second ever game I ever beat. First was technically the Jak 1 through 3 series.
Uh, I'm
Jak and
just
Dexter.
wondering what game I actually finished for the first.
Jak and Dexter 2 was my first 100% completion game.
Ah, Jesus.
Couldn't beat the first one because I got stuck somewhere and I couldn't go back and I didn't have enough of the power cells. So I finally gave up. And then Jak 2 came out and I 100%ed that game. Oh, it was fucking fun. And then when they re-released the collection of Jak and Dexter 1 through 3, and then I went and bought that on PlayStation 3 back when I worked at Best Buy and just beat all three of them 100%ed perfected all three. And now I'm really wishing they'd let out Jak Racing and then Dexter's Adventures from the PSP. That'd be on the PlayStation 3 or 4 or 5. That would have been fucking awesome.
Hello there.
I'm trying to remember what game I actually completed for the.
Well, while you think about that, I was telling them I'm gonna see who in this group actually knows what I'm talking about. Since I was explaining this to Fraz. Do Fuka or well, Trent, I can get it was born after this
No,
happened.
he's
But
younger
do
than me,
either of
of
you
course.
remember the company that had partnered with Hollywood Video where you could go buy used games?
Yes.
Was it GameStop or Game Crazy?
No. It was Game something.
Yeah.
GameStop was formed around that time, but they had what was it like?
Trent probably is completely lost here.
Yeah, but
I can't remember. Yeah. And I was telling Fraz about how one of the my favorite things to do back in that day was I'd buy the game guides, and my favorite one was to that Final Fantasy game. Even though I never beat the game on even on the easiest difficulty, I still couldn't beat it. I love the artwork in that book, and then I had the one for Ocarina of Time, which was just amazing because I bought that game used, and it's like, oh, mixing or having the book to walk me through it and stuff like that was funner and shit. But yeah,
First
What was
game.
the what was the
Trend's gone.
plot? Well, what was the whole Hollywood movies you said?
Yeah,
Video.
Hollywood Video.
All right.
It was partnered with Blockbuster, or it was partnered with Hollywood Video. I'm talking about Blockbuster was their competition.
Yeah, the first game I actually finished, like now 100%, because it's pretty hard, is a rhythm game.
Oh, rhythm game. Fair
Yep.
enough.
Yeah, it was game crazy.
Game crazy. Okay, I thought so. Cause I can remember I can picture the green text in my head, and I can still remember back when you could buy games for $30 when they were brand new. Yeah. So Fuka, there's a good question for you. What was the first game you ever 100% beat?
Super Mario 64 and Donkey Kong 64.
Really? Wow. I still
Yeah.
haven't finished Donkey Kong 64 yet. Oh man, I'm stuck on one level right now where I'm doing the fucking moon and sun bullshit, and I just haven't gotten back into it. So, and they don't sell the old guidebooks anymore.
Have I 100% something? No.
Alright.
No, I have not.
So yeah, Jack and Dexter 2 or Jack 2 was the first game I ever 100% with all the achievements. Well, there weren't achievements at that time, but all the collectibles. Really, Tren? Fuck you then. Tren? Wait. Let me add him.
Oh
What?
god, he has earpods on.
Who, Tren?
You don't know that joke?
No, I don't get it.
Hey, can you listen to me? Oh no. Oh god. He has earpods.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've had that with watching guys fail hitting on chicks on the max. That's my favorite thing to do at 5 a.m. in the morning. Is get on there and watch some old guy go hit on some young gal who's heading to the gym like I am, and she's like she just puts her headphones in, and the old guy comes up and starts tapping her on the shoulder trying to get her attention. It's like, what the fuck, dude? If they've got headphones in, they don't want you talking to them. So Tren's listening to JoJo like a dickwad.
Typical.
Yep.
Not of Trent, but of JoJo fans.
I mean, I'm just gonna kill his character anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that was part of a plot point tonight that I worked out with the whole storyline. I'm gonna kill his character and bring back something worse.
Please don't bring back Val.
No, I'm gonna make him play Ansem.
Oh.
The one-handed bard. Elven bard who's got a fear of dwarves.
Fun.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. I really wish I had recorded those earlier sessions. Because that was a good time overall. Although no one misses Alfonso Barbosa.
Who?
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh man. But yeah. I'm trying to think, what else? What's another good question to show my age at this point? I mean, besides talking about how TVs back in my day were fat backs and like a 10-inch screen.
I hate
CRTs,
those.
and then
Carrying
there's
those were a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
those VGA cables. No, not
Yeah.
VGA.
VHS?
No, not VHS. Jesus Christ, no. That's way too old.
Wait, what the fuck? I had a VHS player growing up.
No, no,
I
no,
have
no,
a
no.
collection of VHS tapes.
I meant too old for what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Like the ones that you had a PS2, right?
Yeah.
So how do you connect the audio and video?
I had to get those cords. God damn it, Tren! Fuck off if you're gonna if you're just gonna sing.
Wait, was it auxiliary cords? The red, white,
Yeah,
and
he's
yellow.
talking
The red,
about
white, and
yeah,
yellow.
he's talking about auxiliary chords.
There we go. I was like thinking about those.
Jesus Christ.
If I can mute them.
I know. I'm gonna tell him it's like, hey, no singing, or I will mute you.
Hey, that's the bard's job to sing,
But-
not.
He's not the bard though.
I mean, if Trent can't hear us, that's not our problem. But he doesn't need to be singing
I
bullshit.
think he. What?
He says he can't hear us, so.
Huh.
And if he's not gonna listen, I'm just gonna go put him in the other chat. So, anyways, yeah, no, back in those days when you had the fatback TVs, you really had to steal or work hard to steal a TV from someone's house. That was always the joke. It's like you'd hear, like nowadays, whenever I put on the news and I hear about someone stealing a TV from someone's house, like, fucker doesn't even have to have any muscle mass. Look how skinny these guys are stealing this shit. Back in the day when TVs were those fatback motherfuckers that had the entire entertainment system, you really had to pick up that damn thing and take off with it. I mean, you needed a crew to lift some of those damn things.
Have you guys ever turned off those CRTs like with your arm in front of it and just watch your arm here just
Oh, you mean with the
static?
static from the screen?
Yeah.
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 Well,
that
yeah.
was fun.
Because remote controls didn't really work on those half the time. So if you were the child in the house, you were the remote. Fucking sucked. Oh man, no, I can remember getting like that big 50-inch TV, or and we had two 50-inch TVs in our house. One was they're both used that we got from pawn shops. And both were put in these massive entertainment system, and it was like, god damn. Those things sucked so much.
Did you know that the Melee guys are actually the only ones that's supporting CRT TVs?
Interesting.
That's because it has less latency, I believe.
Oh, that's good to know. Huh. I mean, it makes sense. But, I mean, yeah, those TVs sucked. I remember having to set that up. Although, the game, video games looked a lot better back on those TVs. As far as, like, nowadays you run an N64 game on, like, even a screen that's the same size. I have a 32-inch TV in here and I think that's a 19-inch, I'm not sure. And both of them, even though they're about the rough, one of them, I can't remember which one it was the same size as the TV, the old fatback TV I had. That I would run the N64 on, and it looked great. The new flat screens just don't pull it off well. Everything's still distorted looking, so. But yeah, oh man, God, brings back memories of sitting there. Good way to tell my age. For those people from Oregon, especially out in Portland, I can remember as a kid when we had Dunkin' Donuts still out here on the West Coast, before Dunkin' Donuts
Jesus,
pulled out of the
no.
state.
Oh, man.
And my we'd every Sunday morning after church they'd bring me donuts, or we'd go get donuts and I'd sit there and eat them while playing on the N64, which is the only reason, Fuka, why I wouldn't let you use my gray controller, because it has so much frosting on the damn thing. It's from fucking 14 years ago. I have cleaned it and cleaned it, but it just stains and it just doesn't. You can never get it off. But those
Is it
controllers were built.
inside of the controller? Because I'm pretty
Probably.
sure you can just put it in like a really mild acid to just wash it off.
I mean, it probably is. I'm gonna be honest. The amount of times I use the joystick, so it's probably inside of it by now.
It's crusty.
It is actually. The joystick really sticks pretty hard, and you can hear it. That's why whenever someone comes over, I give them the purple controller, because that one I got like when I was like 16ish, because it was on sale at some like yard sale, and worked perfectly. So, oh man, Trent, are you there? Trent,
Huh?
motherfucker, I know you can hear me. Trent,
What?
why are you listening to JoJo?
Cause JoJo.
It's pre-show. Save it for after.
It's JoJo.
Trent, I will
Fuck
put you in
JoJo.
AFK chat. You will be alone. And then I will text Tracy with pictures of Terry.
Oh, come on, leave the poor boy alone.
Never. It's my job to harass the shit out of him.
Why are mommy and daddy fighting again? No, why are daddy and daddy fighting again?
And Trend, same shit, some shit like that when me and Wolf got in a fight over something.
Oh
I was
yeah.
the same guy
Speak
who
of the devil, and he shall appear.
God
said
damn,
that.
man.
I was also the one who said that.
Oh, okay. Yo, Wolf.
Punk ass bitches.
Wait, what was that?
I
Did I-
said punk ass bitches.
So you're saying you want Zelpip to die tonight? Got it. Let me get out my player killer dice. Give me a minute.
But the funny thing
Cool.
is, I also said, "What's up, bitches?" when I came.
And I threatened you with the same thing.
Yep.
As I got your ass for 3 hours, and that just means that's a larger chance of death. So
So why are you in a bad mood today?
I'm not in a bad mood at all, actually.
Tell me what you fucking said to scare.
Oh, so no, I was just being an asshole earlier because of the fact that no one wanted to talk to me. So one of the when we were sitting in HR, one of the kids is from Venezuela, and she was talking about how at one point like both her parents had been kidnapped or some shit like that. And then she said that yeah, one of her like friends or something that worked at a church had to burn a body he found. I was like, and so out just completely with almost on the beat, I go, oh yeah, well if you're gonna burn a body, make sure to pull the teeth out because that doesn't burn and you don't want the body to be identifiable. And the teacher just looked at me with the most terrified expression. I'm like, well, you can feed it to pigs. It's a lot easier that way. That way, you know, because they'll eat anything.
No,
And she
no,
just-
no. There was actually someone who said that do not do that, to pull it out first before feeding it to pigs. Or
No.
else you'd be searching to pig manure.
No,
to
what I'm
grab
saying
those
is you
teeth.
pull the teeth,
Yeah.
you pull the teeth out, burn the body, and then feed the teeth to the pigs. That's what I'm saying.
You don't feed the teeth to
You
the
do.
pigs.
Because
No,
it's
I'm
gonna end
pretty
up
sure
in.
I'm-
You don't,
just-
because
You
of-
do because it ends up in pig shit that you can use as manure, and then no one ever ends up finding the teeth. Anyways, so the teacher just looked at me like I was fucking insane, and was really worried about me, and had to pull me aside after class, asking if I had been involved in something that she needed to talk to me. And I was like, wait, is it not common knowledge to know how to dispose of a body? And she's like,
No.
no. I was like, oh. I mean, I grew up in a very different household. I'm gonna be honest. And she's like, you know, I now understand why you failed the ethics and morality test that we just took. I was like, yep, that's pretty much why. I was like, it's not my fault. I mean, I thought this was common knowledge. I knew this shit before
No.
the internet was big.
No, it's not.
Before the internet was big.
Yeah, because back when I was a kid, we had Windows 98, and not many people
Adding-
used their computers.
Adding that to the
yeah,
note-
yeah,
to-
list.
to the DM's codes that shows his age.
And my mother taught me that. So she also taught me how to where best to bury a body, the best like environment as far as it goes, how to poison a human being, stuff like that. You know, normal stuff.
That was from the Black Magic, right?
Yeah, actually, we had an entire book on the local fauna, flora and fauna, and what would be really good for both herbal medicine as well as poisons. Like a good advice is if you ever get stinging nettle or stung by stinging nettle, you want to spray Axe body spray on it because it has such a high alcohol concentrate. It'll actually lower the swelling on it. There's also something else in Axe body spray that actually helps keep the wound from puffing up so much, and makes it so it's easier to get the needles, let the needles kind of fall out. So yeah,
Glad to know Axe body spray is a disinfectant.
it's not a disinfectant, 100%. It's for specifics. So there's certain things. So I don't know if that's all Axe. This was back when Axe body spray first came out. So I don't know if they've changed their recipe since then. I mean, it still
Oh.
smells like ass to me, but you know,
More
who
like
knows?
ass body spray.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember a meme. It's like what middle school kids think Axe body spray is, and it was. Like,
It's a
showed
shower.
picture of SpongeBob, and it was a shower. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
a shower in a can.
Yeah,
Jesus
they
Christ.
douse themselves in the shit, and it reeks to God. Oh my God, I hated that
Oh.
stuff. Made me puke.
You know what? That's a good thing about Canadian stuff. They fucking
Mine-
outlawed that shit.
They outlawed
God
Axe
damn it.
body spray.
Ugh.
No,
Wow.
anything that actually that smells too strong, because some people have an allergy to it and they don't want people.
Yeah, they don't care about that in American high schools, because that's when Axe came out for me, was my freshman year of high school, you know, at the same time as the Razor phone became popular for the
On the
first
link.
time. And
How many quotes are you gonna say that shows your fucking age?
I mean, I don't care at this point. I think the fact that I bought Zelda Ocarina of Time used for $5 when games were $30 really shows my age. Because nowadays, if you go to buy that game used, you're looking like $300. So,
Yep.
I've already pretty much made it the worst I can. But yeah, oh my god, I hated the smell of Axe, and it was all over the gym locker rooms, and it was in the wrestling matches. And it's like, there's a reason I don't want to wrestle you, dude. You smell like shit. Oh my god. Anyways, let's start session since it's 5:01 and Wolf's probably dying to get started.
Yep,
I hope you brought your phone charger, Wolf.
I have it.
Good to hear.
It's plugged in.
Sweet. All right, last time we left off, Tren was a little shit. Not really at all. Tren wasn't here. Last time we had just Machina and Agent A with Aaron heading up basically back up to surface. By the way, Aaron, feel free to give yourself a long rest. Your character would have spent at least 6 hours asleep upstairs in the tavern that you guys had left earlier.
Yay, nap time.
Yep.
Upstairs.
Well,
safe.
Yeah, while Machina and Agent A delve deeper into the dungeon, hiding their way through hordes of zombies of varying ages and designs, avoiding traps left and right that would have outright destroyed them, and poor Agent A dealing with a quiet place sensory deprivation, as Machina basically went and made a deal with the Knoll Lord Lich that was down below. After which, both of them were thrown back over the small little fort that they had arrived in, and that is basically where we pick up, with Agent A having barely escaped one zombie, Machina having landed on another and slightly into a house that basically crumbled as he hit it. And, however, we will be starting first with Zilpip, because he's the more pressing matter in this case to catch him up real quick. So, last time we left Zilpip, he was on an island full of deadly man-eating creatures that really
Yep.
like magic casters. With only his bare essential items, his allies all basically back in their hometown, and with no understanding of the fact that the war and battle is completely over, and that peace has been brought, and that his family and friends are even alive. All right, so Zilpip, as you look about, standing on this beach, having been last left off from what you can remember from Zelm's little destroyed bar, you can sense darker magic, a lot of it being extremely potent, coming from off to your left as you look at this massive jungle of palm trees and large flora and fauna. You can hear creatures bustling about, but none of them seem to come towards the beach whatsoever. Off to your right, you sense another bit of mana, not at all like the other source. This seems to be some sort of pool of physical magic that seems to be somewhat potent, but neutral. You can't sense what spell it is or if there's any spell casting going on. And then further down the beach, you can sense, lastly, a small amount of mana coming off of the right off the shore. That seems to move every once in a while as the waves come in and out. The day is very beautiful. It is sunny. It's about 80 degrees out. You're getting a nice cooking tan going for yourself, being the albino you are. And you can smell the delicious smell of the sea salt air. All that's missing at this point is an umbrella and someone to bring you drinks.
Doesn't he have a demon for that?
She's back in Dragon's Gate.
Oh.
So, Zilpip, after explaining all this, what would you like to do?
So, getting a sense from the cave,
Mhm.
do I feel like it's an entity or something non-living?
Give me an Arcana check real quick
Great.
to see how descriptive we get.
Oh, I love these. I can't remember. Did I? I didn't move my intelligence at the end of last.
You did. That was
Oh, I
actually
did.
something you made very clear, is you wanted to boost it right after the whole thing with Zaya.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's a really bad roll. 27.
Oh god, that's a terrible roll for you. In fact, actually, you can sense two forms of magic coming from that chaotic darkness. One seems to be coming from a specific entity. That seems to be, from what you're able to tell, seems to not. You can't tell if it's living or dead, but you are pretty sure it is some sort of creature. And the other seems to be coming from further underground, and seems to be coming from an object of some sort.
Gotcha. Should I try to be smart here, boys?
Is your
Or are
character
we going
smart?
for it?
No, he's an idiot. I mean, 27 on Arcana. We all know he's stupid.
Well, I rolled a natural 4 on that one.
Is your character smart?
Yes.
Then do what a smart
No, I
person
feel
would
you.
do.
I feel you. It's not super wise, is the thing.
Does he take risks?
Yes.
I mean, he lacks the common sense, so of course he's gonna.
Alright.
What would you like to do? There. So now you basically identified 4 sources overall.
I am going to begin casting Mold Earth,
Okay.
as I have done many, many times.
Okay.
And I will tunnel my way underground to
Alright.
try to circumvent the entity in that cave and just go straight to the item.
Okay. So as you start to push through, the sand kind of piles in on top, right behind you. You start to kind of bury yourself, going in. The sand continues to kind of push in and in. However, after a little bit, you're able to finally tunnel off to the side and get into find actual dirt and solid stone as it's moved apart. Digging in further and further, you notice the dirt goes from what would be normally a typical deep brown of fertile soil, from what you can tell, starts to give this weird, almost burnt, black color, like it's almost charred at this point. There are no longer any roots sticking through this as you go get closer and closer, and it almost breaks apart into a very fine ash as your spell continues going down deeper. Finally reaching to what looks to be a stone wall of black bricks that seem to not move at all as your spell just basically stops. You feel your magic almost absorbed by these blocks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me, I'm going to take out one of my small bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the equivalent of just over a hand grenade.
Okay.
And I'm gonna place it down and mold earth about 15 feet away with
Okay.
enough earth between me and the bomb to not damage me.
Smart man.
Wait,
And,
wouldn't physics say that the weaker material would blast towards it?
All right.
What'd you say?
Wouldn't physics say that the weaker material would actually go towards the easiest by an explosion? Which is definitely not that stone wall.
No. Physics would not say that. All of this is getting blasted.
Okay, fair enough.
Basically, he's going to make an impact just as much in the dirt as he's going to the wall. All right. So as the bomb lights off, you hear a loud thump, and then silence.
Alright, I'll go examine it then.
As you move the earth aside again, you notice that you only had about 5 feet of dirt left between you and the explosion. Pushing through, you can see the brick is dented, but it hasn't broken.
Alright.
Goddamn hot or not,
Can I
please don't
get an
notify me.
estimate of how many bombs I would probably need? How many times I would have to do this?
If you continue to use bombs, you're guessing probably 2 or 3 more. This wall seems very sturdy, and as you're starting to look at it, you actually can see it's got a very thick mortar that seems to be holding it. However,
Gotcha.
you also get the sense that you might be able to just push on one of the bricks that is specifically very weakened at this point that took most of the impact, and it would probably crumble.
Push it, huh?
Yep. The idea here is the fact that this bomb is affecting an entire surface area compared to if
Right.
you're just focusing on one focal point.
Right.
Yeah, the DM's not as dumb as you guys think.
Well,
All right, go. So what do you want to do?
No comment.
I don't know if I want to touch this with my hands. I'll
Do it.
Do
Touch
you
it.
have a spell? Then let's you not.
not prepared.
Oh
I
my god.
will. Shut up. I will. Yeah, I'll just keep. I'll spend 2 or 3 more bombs, one at a time.
Okay. All right. After repeating the process one more time, surprisingly, you hear a louder thump and then a crash as it sounds like the brick itself has finally fallen over. But strangely enough, as you finally move the dirt back, the bricks didn't crack or anything. They just kind of fell out. So there's now a hole that's roughly big enough for you to squeeze through, and you can see into the cave/room.
What do I see?
From what you can tell, and I believe you have dark vision, correct?
I do.
Okay. Gotta ask these days. As you look in, you see 2 figures sitting there. Very young, very tall figures with very bright red skin, sitting in very simple leather armor, both carrying staffs, and they, for some reason, look identical. The rest of the room, on the walls, you can see carvings of what looks to be a couple of figures fighting their way through bosses. From what you can tell, these giant monster-like creatures, what you'd equivalent to a alpha creature of some sort. The carvings really to you make no sense as the language isn't in anything you've ever seen before. And the room overall, other than the designs, seems barren. However, beyond the 2 figures that are sitting there, you can see that there's a hallway that continues further in.
I will say, I can read any language because I can basically look through time and
That is true.
understand that.
I forgot about that. Alright, as you look to read it, it tells a very long story. Do you want that story, or are you not interested?
I'll take that story in text form after the game.
I was
Or
going to say, I can
now if
give you a
can
quick
copy and paste.
gist.
Yeah, give me a quick gist.
Basically, from what it looks like, it seems to speak about a dwarf who goes by simply the name of Stone, who joined up with an adventuring group and fought his way through fighting cults, dragons, other dwarves, and it seems to depict basically that this dwarf, along with his traveling companions, managed to hold together this land of almost savage barbarians, while at the same time fending off invading armies of much higher caliber and strength. And from what you gather, the tale seems to be about a man known simply as Alfred Garamander, who goes by Stone throughout the story, and his whole history.
Gotcha.
And I can give you a link
Sounds
to that
good.
later if you actually want to digest that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
And the 2 figures that, as I said, are sitting there seem to be identical tall twins of red skin. They look to be female from what you can tell, and wearing leather armor and carrying a staff each.
Do they seem to acknowledge my presence?
They seem a little freaked out, but they don't seem to be. Their eyes seem to be darting about the room, almost as if they can't see you.
Uh, like as far as sensing that magical object goes, like where is it in relation to them?
It looks to be farther down the hallway.
Gotcha.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and
Right.
wave.
All right. Screw it, right? I'll go in.
As you step into the room, you feel your magic somewhat weakened, as if the magic itself that is coursing through your veins is starting to seep out of your feet into the brick. Although it's a very
Why?
minuscule amount, almost to the point where it's barely noticeable. In fact, you feel that if it wasn't for your extreme perception on your magical ability, you would not notice.
Gotcha.
Fucking brain.
The two figures seem to hear you, and their eyes almost seem to directly hone in on you as they start to turn almost an orangish color that brightens in the room.
Their flame Genasi, whatever the fuck.
Mm. What would you like to do?
Interesting.
They don't seem to move other than their
So
heads
they're
now
just
looking at you.
me.
Correct.
Hmm. I'm gonna attempt. How large is this room? Would I have to like squeeze past them, or can I just walk?
Oh no,
around
this
them?
the hallway past is pretty wide. You'd guess about 15 feet easily. The room overall that you're in is about 25 to 30 feet wide, from what you can tell, and pretty long. It'd take you a little bit to get to the hallway and past them, so you'd have to go at a full sprint.
I'm going to attempt to just walk around them.
All right.
If they start moving, I'm
Mhm.
gonna cast a spell, but like
As you start to walk, as one is on each side of the entrance to the hallway, walking towards them, their heads just seem to continue to follow you. You do sense magical presence coming from them, but it doesn't seem they're casting any spells as you're walking past them.
do I get a sense of what they're doing?
They just seem to be staring at you as you continue to walk by. Their heads seem to follow you. As you kind of get closer, you start to realize they're of the same race as Kilxius, at least generally. They look to be red orcs, and their magic seems to be somewhat similar to yours in the fact that it is that you're guessing they're either a wizard or some sort of warlock. They're also very young. You'd put them maybe at most to the equivalent of a human of about 16 years old.
Gotcha.
And they just
Gotcha,
continue to
gotcha.
watch you as you walk by. Is there anything special you want to do?
Nope. No,
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk by.
As you continue heading down the hallway, again the story seems to continue all throughout being drawn out. As you continue down, you start to finally see that it looks like this Alfred figure goes off on his own, leaving his adventuring party to do whatever they're doing. As he continues on, it seems that he runs into someone that looks identical to him, but has a more magical sense about him, whereas this Alfred Garmender seems to be depicted as a warrior. This man who comes in a very large black cloak, very blackened beard. His skin seems to be cracked with purple lines. His eyes are kind of bedazzled with ruby red gemstones. And the two seem to go into almost a complete clash. As you head down the hallway, you can continue to see this almost as perfect a detail as the eyes kind of start to light up the room on the wall. Heading down, you come to one final room where it looks like this little area ends, and you can see that the stairway off to your left seems to go back up to the entrance to wherever this is. There seems to sit a single skeleton sitting in there with what looks to be a cloak of some sort of furry creature on it. The skeleton is ancient by the tell of it. You'd guess that if you touched the poor thing, it'd turn dust. And it looks to be about roughly between human to Goliath sized.
And what's the magic item?
As you look about it, you sense that the magic is coming from this cloak. This cloak of what looks to be some sort of pelted animal of black fur that seems to be almost down to the skeleton's feet. It is the only item that's still on the skeleton that hasn't vanished or rusted away. And it's in perfect condition from what you can tell, other than being slightly rather dusty.
Got you. I'm going to cast Identify on it.
As you start to cast a spell, you feel the spell almost you feel it launch off from your from normal casting ability as the magic leaves your body. However, as it does, you see that the cloak lightens up to a golden color, and then just as the spell ends, just as quickly, it goes from gold to a purple back to its blackened color, and nothing happens.
I don't get anything from the spell.
Nope.
Did the spell work?
You feel that I mean it went out, or the spell casted like it would normally. You feel the magic that it expelled. It just seems to the magic itself was absorbed into this thing.
Oh, the cloak can now use identify.
Yes, the cloak is a new race we've been designing.
No, I meant they can use it to use identify freely now. As a joke.
So, okay then.
It's a battery.
So Zopip, what would you like to do?
I want to try casting another spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast shield on myself.
As you do,
Within a pretty close radius of this thing.
okay. As you do, the spell seems to get the magic seems to dissipate from your body. The shield seems to appear for a moment, almost like an actual physical shield, made of this blue-like material. And then just as soon, the cloak seems to pull the magic from it, from the spell itself, and lights up gold, and then slowly fades back down to purple, and then finally black.
I don't like it. I'm going to. I'm going to stand 60 feet away from it.
Okay. Don't tell me you're blowing it up. God damn it, don't nuke it.
And I'm going to cast banishment on it.
Again, same thing seems to happen. The spell goes out, it lights up, and slowly fades back to black.
So the radius is a lot more than 60 feet.
Or it might be touch.
As you start to think about this, given your special background, you can't seem to find it in history. This item, something of this power, you would figure would be well known. You can't seem to find any history on this item, though. There's no remembrance. You can't seem to fall back that far. Something seems to almost block you from seeing whatever this item was.
Nope. I'm a nope out. I'm out. I don't like it. I don't like whatever these little red orc kids are. Children of the corn crap.
It's at this point, as you turn around, you actually notice the two kids are watching you as you're doing whatever, as you're casting these spells, and they are now standing about 20 feet behind you, watching you cast these spells and not doing anything.
Does it seem like they moved?
Oh yeah, they stood up and fully came up behind you without you ever noticing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking out.
Okay. As you start to walk out, are you heading back the way you came, or are you going up the stairs that you can clearly see back up to the entrance?
Out the way I came.
All right. As you start to walk, you see the two red orc teenaged women that that just basically kind of step aside as you walk past them. They seem to smile. One seems to giggle as you walk past. Give me a perception check real quick.
All right. Not as good as these.
Explosion trap activates. Yes?
Still not bad. 16.
You hear one of them giggle and laugh and say, "God, we know that that can't be Zilpip. You have to be wrong."
Oh, I know.
Oh boy.
Okay, now you've spiked my curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
They look at you and smile, just waiting a moment. And one of them finally speaks up, the younger-looking one of the two, and she goes, "My name is Beliasa, and this is my sister, Lilo Gisa."
Interesting.
And they kind of
Nice names. Why are you here?
the other one starts to speak up, and at this point you're starting to lose kind of track of which is which, as they seem to almost blend together. And the other one begins to speak. Lilo Gisa starts to kind of look at you as you finally start to identify which is which perfectly. She goes, "We were told to wait here for a man by the name of Zopip."
By who?
And they both look at each other kind of with a little concern in their eyes and just kind of look back at you. And the other Beliasa looks at you, starts to speak, and she goes, "Um, from a friend, but you're obviously not him. You're way too weak for what we were told.
Obviously.
Plus,
so what were you told to do when Zilpip arrives?
we were told that he was looking for apprentices, allies, and the other God, I cannot do the names as well. Leo Gisa seems to speak up, kind of interrupting her sister. Goes, actually, in fact, we were hearing he was recruiting for casters.
Maybe. Maybe not.
They look at you with confusion.
So what were you gonna do with him when he arrived?
Well, me and my sister are what you call initiates, warlock initiates, if you will, and we were looking for a patron of sorts that wasn't some sort of deity figure. They're very touchy, unfortunately, and we kind of got tired of listening and dealing with the different cults and groups on their organization.
Interesting. Do you value knowledge?
They both seem to nod, and one seems to suddenly speak up. Leo Gisa seems to look at you directly in the eyes, her eyes changing from from orange to purple, and she just smiles. She says, "In fact, we even know what the item that you were just playing with is. But again, since you're not him, we really have no time for you."
Oh, really? Well,
You-
that's quite unfortunate, isn't it?
You're rather weak, to be honest, even compared to most wizards we've met. So if you'll be on your way, we'll just continue what we are doing. And both kind of just sit down. Even sitting down, they still seem to tower over you.
Alright. I'm,
Yes.
interesting. Alright. I know you're trying to get a rise out of me.
Oh no, the short joke was just for the fun of it. That was my fun.
Screw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, guys?
Well, let's see. Two of the players are currently are about to be eaten by a horde, and the other's playing for honor.
Possibly.
So, what would you like to do?
Alright. I'm gonna just start walking past them,
Okay.
and so I get about about 25 feet away from them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast proximity gravity fluctuator and basically suck them to the ceiling.
As you cast the spell, you feel both of them seem to cast something almost immediately.
What do they cast?
Immediately,
Counterspell?
both cast counterspell.
I want to counterspell their counterspell.
Jesus Christ, not again.
The counterspell war goes on. They continue casting.
Alright.
It's
I'll
like I'm
continue.
playing Magic the Gathering again.
they They seem to be still staring at you with their eyes. One now having bright orange eyes, the other having her purple eyes. You've lost track of which is which at this point, not having watched where they moved.
That's alright. I'm getting this fucking spell off.
As you do so, one of them seems to shout out something in Orcish, almost basically insulting you and calling you nothing but a milk drinker.
A milk drinker, huh? Do I get the spell off?
The spell does not go off.
So they're counterspelling my
Uh-huh.
counterspell. And I will counterspell that, obviously.
And
Back
one
and
of
forth
them,
until
it's
my
gonna
spell goes
continue
off.
to go until, because they both have counterspell as cantrips.
As cantrips?
Yep.
As cantrips.
Yep.
Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. I want to kill him. I want
Mask
to.
on.
Jesus Christ.
While Wolf
Mask on.
contemplates his demise, we will jump over really quickly to Agent A and Machina. As you guys awaken, Machina wakes up suddenly from a couple second nap after landing his head first into a wall and a zombie. The zombie, of course, dying, so you get your 200 XP.
Yay.
I'm joking, by the way, just to make that
Oh,
clear. Yeah,
okay.
no. Zombies aren't that. I think it's actually worth more. I'd have to look. I'm not gonna do the math off the top of my head. Let's see if I can find my encounter. There we go. All right, it's actually in fact 50 XP. If you're curious, as you land into it, you can see that Agent A is now grappling with another zombie, and as you get a good look around Machina with your dark vision, and ignoring Agent A screaming like a little girl as he can't see a damn thing and he's being grabbed by something cold, slimy, and groaning at him, which isn't a first for Fuka.
Hey, yo.
You can see you're in the middle of a horde of zombies of different variations. Some are larger, some are smaller, and you can see at least 3 more of these ball-like creatures that Agent A had been very excited to kill earlier. And they are all converging on you two. What do you do?
There's only one thing.
Run away?
Run away.
Alright,
While also grabbing Agent A, obviously.
okay, Agent A, are you gonna resist this grabbing of
I'm
you?
also gonna say I got you.
I
Oh.
don't know who. I
He-
don't.
I
You
did
hear-
say I got you.
Yeah, Machina,
Ew.
someone seems to run over to you with a large hand and grabs you. This doesn't feel, you can feel the warmth from this hand and says, I got you. It's a very familiar voice to you.
It's the only familiar voice you're hearing in a couple fucking hours.
Over the,
And it's gonna be the only voice you'll hear if you fucking resist this shit.
as you hear him, it's kind of hard to hear him overall, but you do recognize the voice, although with the continuous groans and every once in a while a very strange baby cry, very high-pitched baby cry coming from these creatures, you can tell you're surrounded by these undead things.
Oh, joy. I don't
Resist.
resist.
And
Alright.
I'm gonna kill.
Machina, give me a athletics or strength. I don't care. Either one will work.
Easy. 16 plus athletics, 9, 20.
Okay, so as you manage to pick him up, pulling him up to your close to your chest, he's not very heavy overall. He's pretty easy to grab. The zombie hand you can feel the clammy zombie hand that was on him seem to kind of continue to hold on to him, but it seems to easily pull out of the socket of the creature. Agent A, you can still feel the hand from the creature that was grabbing you earlier, but it seems to have gone somewhat lax and is now more just stuck on the collar of your shirt as it seems to grappled on. It's got a close fit onto the shirt material. Running towards the exit. Yes,
If
Machina?
those things actually start coming towards us, use the arms.
Yes, there we go. Running away, you manage to knock over a couple of the zombies, hearing on the occasional baby cry, screech. They don't seem to start moving very quickly, and most of the larger ones that you can see that are actually towering over you seem to be even more clumsy than their smaller counterparts. Running through the city, you manage to get back to the main road that you came down, and it's completely clear of all the horde from earlier. Do you want to head down it and straight back up to the tunnel, heading up?
Uh,
The horde
are you
is
sure this?
following you, so from behind.
Oh, is that the same horde as before?
This one looks to be bigger from what you can see. So it could be. It's hard to identify this many corpses. So
Yeah, fuck it. I'll risk it.
okay. Running down the street at full sprint, you manage to easily outdistance the creatures behind you, given the fact that they're not only clumsy but they don't have any sort of stamina. You find the door. A door is completely open, and sitting there is a very angry-looking woman with her giant halberd that seems to be shining a bright light that now kind of illuminates the immediate area. However, before we get into that, the DM is going to run to the restroom because he's been drinking way too much coffee.
Go loot check.
Yep. I'll be right back. One sec. No shoulder checking.
So, what sentences can you guys say that shows your age?
Like character wise or real life?
Real life,
What's a Game Boy?
just like. Okay, that's just really shit.
Oh God. Um.
What's a GameCube?
Jesus Christ, you're
What's a
yucking.
Sega Genesis?
Shut the fuck up now.
What's RuneScape?
Oh, shut up. You played that once. You have to at least play RuneScape at least once.
I actually haven't. No.
Jesus Christ.
As the DM returns
Wow.
and Aaron walks down the stairs, um,
Crumpily.
yeah, angrily being woken up by one of her guards after one of the guards was very irritably dealing with Machina earlier. You get basically Aaron, what you see right behind Machina and Agent A, off in the distance down the street, about 30 or 40 feet away, is what looks to be the edge of around a horde of 60 small human-sized zombies and probably around 20 larger creatures and about 4 ball-like creatures that seem to be having issues floating.
Zombies.
You said you wanted to kill them.
I do.
It is
Okay.
also at this same time, Machina and Agent A, that you noticed right next to the stairway that you guys would normally take to go back up, there seems to be now a wooden door that seems to go further down. This door looks like it's been here for quite a while, as it's very well eaten away by termites.
So we just missed it.
Pretty much.
Wanna go down?
Sure. YOLO.
Aaron, are you gonna follow Machina and Agent A as they head farther down?
Shut.
You gonna charge into the horde and make a last stand here?
Every day is a day I could die.
That's
I'm
true.
not gonna follow bullshit like that.
But your
Let's go.
baby daddy isn't around to save your ass if you do get in real
God
bad trouble.
fucking damn it, you're right. Okay, I'll wait.
All right, so heading down with the rest. As you open the door seems to hold somewhat. It's not very well reinforced as it seems to have been eaten away. But opening up the stone itself, the stone stairs themselves seem to be much older, having strange runic carvings into them. And going down, it looks like it's going to be a few more flights of stairs as it seems to continue to circle around like the previous ones. Do you just head down unabashed, or?
Jeez, I wonder what mystery's lying down here again.
Well, Aaron has the lantern, right?
The torch, that is an Agent A.
Yeah,
No,
I have those.
Aaron has a torch, like a lantern.
My halberd is glowy.
Oh, yes.
Right,
The
it's
halberd does
glowing,
glow.
right?
That's correct.
Alright, I'm gonna put Agent A down then.
Okay. What
Then
is?
I'm going in.
All right. And what's the marching order for that?
Fuck it, I'm going first.
These
Okie
stairs
dokie.
seem to be much thinner than the ones previous. All right. Give me a moment. I'm just pulling up something. There we go. Heading further down, you can hear again those loud thuds that you had heard earlier seem to be now continuing. These seem to be more. It sounds almost like something metal is grating against stone, and very slow. Heading down the stairs, though, you continue to see different runes carved on the walls. Machina, since you're going up first, give me a perception check.
Yep, hold on. I am about average at this. 13, 14.
14. All right, you start to notice that whereas typically the stones from earlier look to be, or the stone stairs from earlier seem to be much simpler in their design, very, easy crafting of a stonemason. These seem to become more elegant as you go further down, with designs of like leaves and almost like it's you're inside of a giant tree going down further and further, a stone tree, if you will. You start to notice that there are paintings of elves on the wall, depicting a great battle of some sort. Uh, Seeing as you look around, you notice that the eye slits of these statues also seem to be hollow or
Following
emptied
you.
out. They're not
Oh,
following. It looks as if someone could be on the other side, or could theoretically step on the other side and look through if there was someone there.
someone stabbed us.
Are you gonna stab the wall?
Well, I don't have something to reach out, so probably can't.
Okay.
Would be hilarious if I can, though.
Ron and Agent A, since you can now fully see, you're pretty much starting to see the same thing that Machina sees clearly. Again, the stone stairs becoming more eloquent in their design, and these statues having like hollowed out eyes.
Are those eyes going carved outwards towards the stairway or
Yes.
inward?
It's basically, it looks to be that the wall was just the section where the eye would be painted on is completely carved out and goes into the wall.
Huh.
So do you want to peep your eye holes into it?
I'd prefer not to get metal spikes jabbed into them, so you can do that.
No, I'm going. Can I roll for traps to see?
Yeah, give me a perception check or investigation. Either one will work.
That's what that is. Okay.
All right, so I got a 12 and 16. 12 plus 4 is 16.
Okay, and looking in, you can okay. Looking at them, you do notice that as Machina is continuing to walk further down, it looks like one of the stairs you can kind of see in between his legs. No comments. That there's a stair actually individually carved out, whereas the rest seem to be almost like actual roots designed and carved eloquently. This one actually seems to have a almost perfect square step, and Machina is about one step away from hitting it.
I warn him?
All right, Machina, as you hear that, looking down, you can see that there's this perfectly designed square that has been almost perfectly carved out of this step, as if it was almost a pressure plate of some sort. Noticing this, though, Agent A, you do realize that these eye holes look to have a little bit of grating on the sides of them, almost as if some sort of iron spike or something would stick out of this, causing the stone to be grated against.
How high are those murals?
They range roughly. The mural is kind of all designed all around, but the eye holes themselves seem to be cut at intervals between 3 to 6 feet, and basically up and down, and about a foot in between. What would you guys like to do?
Sorry, I completely missed that. My thing just disconnected real quick.
Oh, I said they're basically they're varied between 3 to 6 feet in height, as the mural is kind of all over the wall, and their islets seem to be cut out at even sparsings of about 1 foot in between each.
Tread lightly then. Is that an answer?
Okay, go ahead and give me a dexterity check. And as far as it goes, is there anything that Agent A or Aaron that you want to do as you continue down these stairs?
I'm just letting him do his thing.
Okay, Agent A.
Dexterity check, right?
Yeah.
So that is a 16, 17.
Okay, Agent A, what would you like to be doing? Hello. We can't hear you, buddy. Coffee.
Hello.
There you go. All right.
Repeat what you said.
I said, what would you like to be doing?
I guess I will investigate for any more traps.
All right, give me another investigation roll. All right, Machina, as you continue heading down the stairs.
I got a 20, not that.
Okay. As you continue heading down the stairs, Agent A seems to point out about 7 more traps that are evenly sparsed out. Most of them seem being pressure plates of some sort. However, one trap does catch your attention, Agent A. There is, as Machina starts to walk by it, a rune that seems to light up a little bit, and it seems that they continue to light up with a strange blue color.
I yell at him to stop for like a few seconds.
All right, Machina, do you do so?
Yeah. Can I keep my balance or? is
Yeah,
it gonna
you're
be pretty-
fine. I mean, there's
Okay.
no pressure plates that he identified on this point. As you do stop, you then hear 2 things. First off, you hear 2 loud crashings of what sounds to be something heavy and metal. One from below
Upwards or
and one from
downwards?
above.
Oh shit.
Then, as you're continuing to stand there, you hear this weird sound of a wet liquid starting to hit on stone. Aaron, you start to feel your feet getting wet.
Jesus,
Statuaries.
you reached your climax already? What thing?
The water seems to kind of go further down, hitting you, Agent A, and then Machina. You all now can feel your feet getting wet.
Where's the water coming
How
from?
far in until we get to the either corner or the bottom of the stair?
You can't see the bottom of the stairs at this point, and you can't see above anymore. And Aaron, to
Let's
answer
see.
your question, the water seems to be coming from above you, up above and higher up the stairs.
How how thinly corridored is the stairway?
The stairwell is roughly about 7 feet wide.
Hold on. I think I have a
Is-
solution here.
Okay.
Yes. What's your solution?
I only prepare my potion of water breathing.
I
Y'all are
frickin'
fucked.
forgot you had that. All right. So Machina starts to fiddle around
I'm
with
not
his.
chugging. I'm not chugging.
No,
I'm
I
just,
didn't say that.
It's on my hand.
Machina seems to start fiddling around with his belt of weapons and potions. Agent A and Aaron, what's your plan here?
Okay.
So water's coming down.
Mhm.
There was water downstairs.
You can hear it. Sounds
It's
like it's starting to pool
downstairs.
down below you, like further down the stairs.
Far from our of course
You'd
we're blind,
roughly
but far.
guess like let's say 10 to 12 steps down from what you can hear. It's slow though. I mean, it's not it's like a small river. It's not coming in fast. So you've got about good, you'd estimate you have about good almost hour before this room fills up.
No, that's not bad.
Okay, how far can I touch the walls, or can I like?
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
No, finish what you saying.
Given how tiny you are, you can take a few steps to either side, but the walls are 6 to 7 feet apart.
Okay, jump and spider climb. Cast spider climb on the surface.
Okay. And you're gonna climb up the wall to.
See where I can find the plugged in leakage to
Okay.
try and stop it.
Aaron, as you just see, Agent A seems to kind of start sticking to the wall, climbing
It's a
it.
fucking spider. It's a spider. Get it. Get it.
Fuck
Where's the
you.
fucking newspaper?
As you look up, watching Agent A climb, Machina still fiddling with his belt, you notice that the ceiling seems to be getting closer. Agent A, it's pretty clear you can see the ceiling coming down, and
Okay, I'm going. I'm going down, down,
Fuck.
down, down,
but you're
Down.
gonna go down.
Down.
Okay,
down,
Well,
down.
time to jump down.
Heading
time to
down
jump
the
off
stairs.
stairwell and start leaping down the stairs.
I'm
Okay,
not sprinting now. There's
heading
water.
heading down the stairs carefully. You start to see the water's pulled up about maybe roughly a foot. It's barely getting up like 3 stairs. At this point, and you are now standing basically at the bottom. You are now in the water. There's a giant iron wall standing, like block standing in front of you, blocking your path to head further down the stairs.
Is there writing or something on the wall?
Yeah, it says you're going to die.
God damn it! I'm fucking busting it open with my skull.
You're all going
I'm
to die
surprised
down
my
here.
Warhammer
Damn
warning
it.
didn't warn me about this.
You're right.
Where
All right.
did I put my fucking dice?
As you
Bullshit.
start
This
to
weapon is useless. It's fucking broken.
as you look down at it, Machina, you finally realize it's been flashing for like the last 2 minutes.
God damn it.
Not really paying attention to it. Yeah, as the room starts to flood, you can also hear on the other side of the iron wall what sounds like metal grating on stone still. Think fast, friends. What's
Is
the
there
plan?
anything?
Shall I give you a minute while I go back to Zopip?
What do
Is
we
it-
have?
Yeah, what do we have?
What do we have?
Look in your inventories. I can't tell you that. I don't have your character sheets up. Or ask
I'm
me questions.
going to fucking bust the door open. Okay.
Okay, you're gonna smash into the wall. All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
An attack roll
Yep, let's see if you can hit it.
with my. Okay, I'm gonna hit it with my last sentinel, I guess.
All right.
12 plus 9.
Okay, you managed to easily hit the non-movable object.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, that's great. That's good to know.
Mhm.
7 plus 10.
As you
17.
As you smack the wall with your last sentinel, you realize that hitting an iron wall with an iron weapon is really bad, as the reverberation reverberation through your entire body causes your nerves to start flaring up, and you barely even scratch the wall.
I'm going to fucking push the thing open.
The water continues to flow. So you're gonna push it. All right, give me a strength check.
Are
God
there any
damn.
seams underneath? Did it like slam downwards or
It
upwards?
seems to have slammed down, from what you can tell. You can see above where it looks to have once been held.
Fucking 16.
All right, as you push into it, the door doesn't budge. The water is now at about 1.5 feet. It is flowing faster, and you can hear. It sounds like the grinding of what was the ceiling coming down has stopped, as it seems to have come to a sudden smash into something heavy and metallic. The water has increased in flow, though, from what you can tell, as it's coming down thicker and thicker from above.
I'm going to pull something from my belt pouch of useless items.
Okay, now I forgot you had that. um,
Is it gonna be a MacGyver thing? Like, it's
Uh,
gonna be clues?
I'm just gonna pull out like 5 things.
Let
Yeah.
me pull it up real quick, because I gotta remember if I have to go through my spreadsheet for this one or if I don't, because I gotta look and remember the name of it. God damn it! Didn't expect you to actually make me go through my files. Give me a moment. Loading, loading. Okay, give me a second. Still looking. Luckily, it's not poison. Where? Okay. Wait. You. Where is it? Oh yes. Okay. All right. As you pull out, the first thing you pull out seems to be a yellow-looking duck.
Okay.
That's
As you
fucked.
squeeze it, it exhales with a loud squeak.
Okay. Next thing.
All right, pulling out another thing, you get some goggles.
Okay. Next thing.
Reaching in again, this time you pull out something. It looks to be a very small wine bottle cork.
Okay. One more thing.
Last one seems to be a piece of chocolate.
Oh
I eat the
no.
chocolate.
Oh no.
Congratulations, it tastes like vanilla.
God damn it.
Okay.
It's a normal
um,
piece of chocolate.
I'm gonna put on the
I
goggles.
Oh,
Do you?
go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll put on the goggles.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Agent A?
I was gonna say I was gonna grab the cork
Mm-hmm.
that he casually threw, and
Yes.
I'm going to use a second level lightning bolt on the cork and jab it into the door.
No.
It bounces off and goes flying upstairs.
God damn it! Lightning and water doesn't mix.
The lightning didn't
Alright.
seem to hit you, luckily, so it just seemed to smash the cork into the wall and then make it fly off with the smell of roasting cork.
Okay. Another
Okay,
item.
maybe I'm supposed to pull up the door or something with brute strength.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
All right.
Uh,
Let's see it.
Can I help him? Can I
Sure.
assist in
Yeah, you
pulling
could
off the door?
both give me a check for this, either athletics or
Oh
strength.
wait, I'm going to also give them a skill empowerment, both of them.
Okay.
What's that deal?
I got a nat 20, so
Okay.
That is an 18 plus 9, 27? 27.
And a
Okay.
skill empowerment is basically a buff for check.
Okay.
How many?
He's got to consort his book. Go ahead and let me know what that is, Agent A, so I can tally the final score.
Okay, it says your magic deepens a creature understanding of its own talents. You touch one willing creature. Since I'm using two of it, I'm touching both of you, and
Whoa.
it'll give
Take
an
him out to dinner
expertise.
first. Go ahead.
Fuck you too. And I touch both the willing creatures and give it an expertise and a one skill check of my choice until the spell ends. So it's a concentration spell up to 1 hour.
So it's athletics. You can only do it
For
on
the
one
both of
person
them?
since it's concentration.
Okay.
Me,
In
me.
yeah, I'm
And
gonna
it's
give it.
gonna be the same thing. Wait, what? Who's
No,
the higher
expertise would basically just give
level?
you
Yeah,
more.
proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it gives you a
Double it.
bonus.
So who's the one who has the higher level? That's the question.
You do, because you got a 27. Aaron only would have less. I know that. Well,
So,
Aaron,
yeah.
are you?
Level.
Aaron.
Level.
Yeah, I'm asking level because level dictates proficiency bonuses.
I'm level 9.
It's just gonna double your proficiency.
Plus 3.
Yeah, there
Plus
you go.
4.
Yeah, put it
Okay.
on him.
Damn.
Put it on
Okay.
him.
You
Alright.
sound so disappointed.
So
though.
no, that would give. Okay, so as you both start to get your hands on the thing, you really can't get much of a grip. You barely find finger holds on, as there's a slight lip to the bottom of the wall. Pulling it up, it's at the same time the wall seems to pull up and seems to start to let the water through. As you do this, though, you feel something extremely hot on the other side of the iron wall start to put something very big and thick underneath the wall and almost assist you with pulling it up. As the wall starts to lift, you see a very red, very steamy looking piece of iron. And as those with dark vision and with the light going on, this looks to be a giant iron golem of red hot heat.
God damn.
Hello.
It. Hello.
And as soon as you say hello, it takes an attack of opportunity on Machina, going for the bigger target of the two. And your hands are busy, so you don't get an action.
But I do
damn.
get a reaction, I believe.
Your theoretically your arms are at this point holding this thing, so you'd have to let
I
go of it.
no, I don't need a thing here. I think because it's a racial trait.
Oh, okay. What would you like to do as your reaction before it takes its hit?
Hold on. Reduce the. No, I need to see if it.
Oh, okay. All right. Give me a moment. Both Machina, actually all three of you, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Con saving throw.
Yes, you should be good at these.
Oh, great.
This
I'm
is my
not.
this is my speciality.
16.
Mm-hmm.
That would be what's 16 plus 9?
25.
Plenty.
Okay.
Okay. And then A, Janae?
Oh boy, I'm not very good at cons. Help
Yeah.
me.
Go ahead, roll it.
One second. I'm trying to load up my D&D.
Okay. I just want to get a there we go. That's better. Okay, Janae, slowly.
15
There we go.
plus 15 plus I think 2, so that's 17.
Okay.
Yep.
So, all right. As suddenly this thing starts to exhale this purple cloud of some sort of
Poison.
misty material, breathing it in. Aaron, you're pretty much. This stuff doesn't seem to. Oh wait, you. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. I just remembered something. You have. You're vulnerable to poison.
Oh yeah. Fuck me, that's a
So that's a. It doesn't matter that you succeed the
wait,
save.
shouldn't that be disadvantage then? Shouldn't he just?
No,
roll then?
it's just gonna be. He's gonna take the flat out damage on this. I'm gonna roll. It would be basically the same as a fail. He'd take the same amount of damage.
Okay.
So instead of taking half damage, basically. So
Oh right, he
yeah.
cheated.
So Aaron, even though you're very good at avoiding this, you're got a strong, healthy lifestyle and able to catch and hold your breath as this poison breath comes flowing out at you. Unfortunately, due to your experiences and your memories of the goblin and the spike and the poison,
Shit.
you all take 29 points of poison damage. As this creature as this now mist is now surrounding you.
20.
29.
Fun.
And as we will come back in a moment to even more shit that's about to happen to them, Zilpip, let's go back to your happy area. Standing in the room, are you still Zilpip? Are you there?
Zilpip.
He might be gone. He might have run away.
Wolfie poo.
There he goes.
Yeah, he might.
Okay, want to make sure you're still alive. So Zilpip, standing in that one room that you entered originally, now further down the or out of the hallway, what would you like to be doing? Oh yes, I now remember. Thank you. Ow, my teeth.
Okay. So they are really, really starting to annoy me.
Sounds about right.
Mask on. Mask on. Mask on.
My mask is on.
Yeah.
Oh.
But instead of dropping a bomb, I'm going to attempt to chaos shape.
Oh, you're not gonna tell me you're their father? Okay.
The air around them.
Into?
Sorry, what?
Into? What are you gonna turn it into? Because you're manipulating the matter here.
Yeah. That Queen's blood acid.
Ah. Okay, as you start to do so, the spell goes off, but nothing seems to happen. As you can see further down, the something brightens with a gold coloring, and then fades back to the darkness that was. However, you do hear the two females start coughing horrendously.
Start coughing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell what they're fucking choking on?
You can't. Though you do see something, some sort of darkened liquid spewing out of their mouth, one of their mouths suddenly.
Ah. Well, that's nice. I'm guessing something worked.
Alright, so what would you like to do? They don't seem to be paying any attention to you now. They're trying not
Now
to.
that they're a little distracted,
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna send a small little blast of my flamethrower at them.
You don't have your flamethrower with you. It's still back in Dragon's Gate.
Attached to my helmet.
Yeah. But though, remember, we went into this, it fell off before you went into the King's Head.
It fell off?
Something of that sort. I can't recall the thing, but I remember that was one of the bigger issues that you did lose or didn't have it. I think if I remember correctly, it's with Piplup still.
Fuck's sake. Okay, well now that they're distracted, I'm gonna try to cast that gravity spell again.
As you cast it, you see both of them fall over before the spell even gets off. I mean, the spell casts, and the pull does happen. The two, what looks to be non-moving bodies seem to move towards it.
Okay. Alright. Well, they were a lot interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they would be a lot harder to kill.
Oh man.
Well, that's delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I'll release the spell.
Alright, as you release the spell, the bodies seem to stop sticking to each other and just kind of separate.
And I'll go kind of examine them. Make sure they're dead.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah. $15.
Okay. As you start to get close, one grabs out at your leg, but you're thankfully with your ability to notice and with your dark vision, you're able to see the creature and move just in the nick of time. As one of the one you recognize as Lilogisa, seems to try and almost grab at with lightning speed, missing, of course.
Missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have my flamethrower. That's unfortunate. That's okay. I'm not even gonna cast anything. I'm just gonna take out one of my medium bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And not even backing away or anything. Like, take it in my hand and slam it against the side of her head.
The one that tried to grab you?
Yep.
Alright, as you smash it right against her head, it seems to stick. As you feel what that feels like a strange red liquid.
I'm
What?
trying to explode it on contact.
Oh, I know. As the glass ball basically smashes into her head, it seems to stick in this weird syrupy material, basically getting stuck. You find your hand stuck as well. It does the ball does not crack though.
Okay, then I'll just mentally explode it.
As you do so, you feel your hand get pushed off and basically get slammed against the wall, taking
Well, it's
3 points of damage.
10d6.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, it's just three. It's just the impact of hitting the wall is what you're taking for damage. Yeah, it's not a very far wall, and you're just slamming into it. As the head of the creature basically explodes from the impact. The other one, at the same time, seems to suddenly kind of awaken, glare at you, and gurgle for a second until finally passing out.
I'm good. So which one did I kill?
You killed the one that tried to grab you earlier, Lilogisa. The one still alive
Lilogisa.
is Belyasa.
Alright. I'm so uncivilized, but I'm gonna pull out just, I have a dagger, right?
Don't know. Look at your character sheet.
I do. I have that little blue blade dagger.
One of
That
my.
little, it's a
It's a.
legendary item.
Yeah, it's like
and I'm just gonna slit the other's throat to make sure she's dead. But I'm gonna drag that one out with me when I leave.
Okay. She doesn't put up much of a fight. You start to realize that she doesn't really have anything worthwhile on her. And she doesn't. It basically passes out and dies. You start to realize after looking at her and looking at the other one, both these people, if you will, were very inexperienced overall in combat by the looks of them.
They were what?
Very inexperienced in combat by the looks of them.
Yeah, I figured.
So do you head back out the way you came, or are you heading back up to the stairs, basically heading past that cape or
The
cloak?
way I can.
Okay. Carrying the body, it's pretty heavy. She's roughly, you'd guess, moving it is about 250 pounds. This is not an easy body to move, and it's dead weight that you're basically dragging.
That's okay.
All right, taking your
Take
time.
however long it needs.
Taking your time to get to the wall and kind of picking it up, pushing it through. You feel like if anybody else saw you at this moment, you'd definitely be declared a murderer for this. Pulling it
I
out
mean,
through
he
the
did.
pulling it out through the hole. You finally managed to get all the way back up to the beach,
It was a
and
murder.
yeah, you
It
just
was.
innocently murdered two 16-year-olds. How do you feel about this?
I'm fine with it.
Oh,
Absolutely nothing.
yep,
They're gonna be known as a Rakshashan angel.
yep.
The only thing he feels right now is the weight of the bodies.
Oh
It's
shoot.
not metaphorically, they're really.
Real quick, I have to run downstairs and close up everything. I just realized it's like pitch black out. One moment, guys. Don't want anybody
Alright.
robbing the house, so I'll be right back.
You have a gun, just use it. No, wait, he doesn't have a gun. No, he can't have a gun.
I return.
Welcome back.
What's going on?
I
Zilpip just
killed
murdered 2
16-year-old
people,
girls.
and now he's carrying them to the beach. Probably to feed to the fishies.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Interesting.
Dude,
I don't
stop.
get
Whatever that.
I'm
What are you
trying to
crunching?
open. I'm trying to open a bag. Of
Fucking mute yourself then.
Fine. Okay, I'm done. Why the fuck aren't you coming out? Goddamn. Okay.
I have plans for these two. Or
Zombies?
one of
That's
these two.
that's just
That
fun.
sounds illegal. Okay,
It-
dead body.
Slavery.
Maybe.
No, more like necrophilia.
Maybe.
Necrophiliac
I mean, you could do both.
slavery?
Yeah, I would definitely go necromancy.
Sorry, just don't want my neighbors seeing that the house is all dark and downstairs and thinking, oh, it's a perfect time to rob. I don't want to have to stab someone tonight.
Tonight.
I mean, after what happened, I'm pretty sure you want to.
No, I'm good. I don't want to have to go to prison. Okay. So yeah, after dragging the body up through the hole, and onto the beach, you can still sense the magic item, the magic coming from some sort of entity, at the entrance towards that cave. The mana pool coming off in the other, a little bit off to the right, and then a smaller sense of magic coming from further down the beach.
Gotcha.
When is Silver gonna come back?
After you guys
I'll
are
be
dead.
back soon, boys.
Alright.
Plus, I'm basically a month behind you guys.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
So
That's the only reason I'm doing his solo adventure right now.
yeah.
Alright, so, Zopip, what else would you like to do? Are you just gonna experiment on the body like usual?
Actually, no. I'm gonna build my hut,
Mm-hmm.
my tiny hut, on the beach,
Okay.
and I'm going to resurrect her.
Alright. She seems to awaken. Pale, but awaken.
Right now, she's super weak.
Mm-hmm.
She has 1 hit point,
Yep.
and she has a -4 to all attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks.
Yes, I know how
etc.
resurrection works. Surprisingly enough, I've died plenty of times in D&D.
Okay.
It's a
Gotcha.
shocker on that one, I know.
I'm surprised you didn't die more.
Hey Machina, how would you like to feel about dying tonight?
Alright, so here's the deal, girl. Your sister's dead. And you were too. Really wasn't cool insulting me. Alright. Now, you want to be a warlock, right? You want power? I can do that for you, but I'm not bringing your sister back. She's gone.
She just seems to spit out what looks to be some dried blood. She's giving you a look of defiance overall.
Alright. So be it. I am going to... See, I want to do something super cool, you know? But she'll just counterspell it. So I'll just stab her.
Okay.
God, Jesus.
Stabbing her, she seems to just kind of smile at you as she slowly bleeds away and dies. Yet again.
Could have been such good young students. But you know, respect is important. And I'll drag her body to the ocean. And I'll
Okay.
go back to my hut and I'll sleep.
All right, then we will
Like a baby, I should add.
we will come back to you.
I will follow him.
God damn it,
What?
Aaron. He said he's gonna follow you.
Oh boy.
All right. Good, perfect timing to come back, Fuka. Coming back to Machina, Agent A, and Aaron, staring now at this iron hot golem who just sprayed poison all over you.
Yeah, he did.
Ah, Jesus. Well, the good thing is you can't do it again, right?
That is correct. So looking at this creature, he seems to. Oh God, that was bad. Have the
Is he
face, huh?
propping up the iron wall, iron door
You
thing?
two are still propping up the wall, and he is, or the creature is also holding the wall up with one hand, I should add. All right, you have a chance before rolling initiative if you want to do anything that is not attacking this creature.
Drink a potion.
Okay, Agent A.
I was gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I'm not gonna drink the potion then.
Sorry, I had to go for a bit. I think I have a cavity. My fucking tooth hurts.
Okay, are you just leaving?
No.
Oh,
I just went to. I went to
You
check
see-
out myself out here because like my tooth hurts. And I'm
Oh.
like,
we didn't even know you left.
yeah, I know. I didn't say it.
Oh, okay. So Agent A, you're gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Mass.
Mass
Cure
Cure
Wound.
Wounds on both of them. Well, on all three of us, actually.
Okay. All right. Roll for it. Roll the healing. I mean, I assume no one in the party is gonna refuse it.
No,
I'm not refusing.
kill me.
Heal
Did
me.
you just say kill?
No.
Actually,
heal.
you know, hey, I can do that for you. Give me a moment.
I need healing. I need healing. I need healing.
The
I
iron golem suddenly spits out daggers covered in goblin shit.
Need... No, I deflect all of them and swing them back at him using my other that is a baseball bat.
Unfortunately, they're sentient daggers, and they manage to avoid your swinging.
God damn it! No.
Wait, sentient weapons can control themselves.
I'm joking.
20.
23.
Okay, sweet.
No, 23.
Oh. Alright, managing to heal up as Agent A casts a large spell all around you. The Iron Golem seems to smile, if an Iron Golem could smile, since it's made of iron plate. And roll initiative, Aaron, Agent A, and Machina.
Yay! Combat!
You're not going to be saying yay here in a second, Tren.
I will strangle the goblin.
The gods.
The
That
goblin.
is a 16. Oh, I have advantage. It's
Alright.
16. 17.
Well, you guys are gonna laugh.
So
You rolled a nat 1.
Yes.
Good to
with
get
a
it out
plus
earlier.
6, so that's a 7 for an
Okay.
initiative.
I got 18.
Okay. Machina, what'd you say you got?
17.
Okay. I'll make sure I keep it right in order. Alright.
Check the back. There's a weakness in its back.
It's not an instruction manual.
No, no,
If it
that's what
wasn't-
happened last time, though.
If it was an instruction
It's an
manual, we would- if there was an instruction
That's
manual, we
true.
wouldn't be able to read it because it would be in Swedish.
Yeah, you can see underneath it. It says made by IKEA.
God, no.
It's an IKEA
It's
manual.
unbreakable. Unless you're Swedish and can read German. Specifically, you have to be Swedish and able to read German. Otherwise, you just can't hurt it.
What the hell?
What?
Have you never bought IKEA furniture here? No one.
No?
No.
So one of the worst thing is you get like fucking equipment that's all, and you get the instructions always in the wrong language. And there's a story with that of my own experience, and which I got it, and it was like only in Swedish and German, and I'm sitting there like, fuck, I don't speak either. So yeah, that was fun. Or is it Swiss? I can never fucking remember. Anyway, so Aaron, as you get the first attack, are you gonna let go of this wall, or are you gonna continue to hold it?
So
Let
Gollum
go.
is lifting up the wall.
Correct.
I'm gonna let go of the wall.
The wall seems to a little bit of a rattle in the Iron Golem's hand.
And then what?
Nothing. Aaron gets his
And-
attack in.
And then, well, what's in the room? Is it just the iron?
You're
golem?
still in the stairway, and the water is still seeping past your feet. It's
But
just
it
the Iron
should
Golem is
be.
the only thing you can see. Yeah, it's not like pooling now. It's going further down.
That's
Okay.
good, at least.
Well, I guess I'll walk in the room the iron golem is since it's.
You don't
holding
have
the
to
door.
walk. It's literally feet in front of you. It is right in your face. You could literally reach out and smack your head against its hand.
Oh.
Then that will be you have a fever.
Understood. So,
The room
iron
is
golem in
steamy, by
front
the
of-
way, so everyone will have disadvantage when attacking this thing. I should mention that because the water is evaporating off as it's touching this thing.
Even with reach.
hmm
Nah.
Mm,
Go ahead, Aaron.
I don't want to hit the thing because I don't want the door to close.
She's smarter than she looks.
Go in the
Um,
room then.
You
yeah,
can't get past it. This thing takes up the entire. It's basically blocking the way down the stairs.
Prop the door up then.
Wait, does it have any
with
feet?
what?
It
Like,
does.
just like spread apart?
Halberd?
Yeah, it's
It's
a
got
magical
legs, yes.
weapon. It's not gonna get destroyed.
He is correct on that. Unless it's basically disenchanted, it can't be broken.
Fine, I'll prop it up with my halberd.
Don't you have a different
He
No,
doesn't have his other halberd. He only has the one halberd with him. The other one's back in
I
the
thought he
armory.
had a different magical okay.
Yeah, the Moby is what you're thinking of, but that's back. The Moby is back in his armory.
Who doesn't have two weapons?
Zilpip. He has
I
no
mean, he's
weapons now.
Magicaster, so you know.
All
I
right.
have a dagger.
That's true. He's got his dagger. He's got the Bloof dagger. You know, that legendary item he's treating like a paperweight. So Aaron, kind of sitting it there. It seems to bend, but doesn't seem to bother at all with the weight.
All right, that's good.
Of course, the Iron Golem is still holding it up for the most part. It's just kind of resting on your halberd.
Right. Okay. Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would like to get in the room, please.
How?
I guess can I slide underneath it?
It's between its
into
legs.
the DMs.
Yeah,
All right. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Hey, yo,
I'm great
Ma,
at
can I
these.
slide between your legs?
Try saying that to the golem. I mean, it's already red hot. Maybe it's in the mood.
uh,
All that
21?
steam
That's
has
the
got to
goal.
be making it wet. 21.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Managing to slide through, thankfully, with the use of the water. You get between the Iron Golem's legs without burning yourself or touching it. And getting behind it, you can see further down. And it's pitch black behind this golem, basically, further as the stairs seem to continue down further.
I mean, you said it's glowing red hot. I would be able
It
to see
is.
a little.
Yeah, and in your
Oh,
immediate
like
area,
the
you can
thin
still see the fact that there are more or not more statues, more carvings and
Stat-
designs on the walls. No statues. I misspoke.
No,
With
I
the
meant
eyes
statues.
carved out. Yes, and there are more elegant steps or stairs going down that are very well carved out as looking again still like that living tree.
Okay.
And looking at its back, which is I assume what you were trying to actually get to,
Yeah.
seems to be a very thick plate of iron.
Just a thick plate of iron. on
Yeah,
its
it
back?
looks like the whole thing is made of one solid piece of metal. There's no seams, there's no cracks, there's no welding marks.
Understood. Okay.
What would you like to do?
Would my hand cannon be able to pierce this thing?
You don't know. You've never fired your hand cannon.
I haven't. That's true. You know what? Why not test this thing out? I want to see what it can do.
Roll an attack.
Okie dokie.
Is it a magical weapon?
Technically, yes. Technically, it's a magical weapon, so it can't be broken, but it doesn't do magical damage. It's basically like an actual cannon shrunk down that Zilpip made in testing his
Ah.
gemstone enchantment out.
That would be a 15.
As you take a shot, make sure to remove one musket ball if you do have it on there, or one cannonball.
I don't think
You should check your
yes.
equipment, make sure. As you take a shot, the ball seems to come out and turn into a regular sized cannon ball, hits the armor, it leaves a slight dent, and drops to the ground and rolls past you.
It has a hollow sound.
It does actually have a hollow sound. It does seem to ring.
Wait, the golem?
Yep.
I was talking about the cannonball.
No, the cannonball was solid iron. That's actually something Zilpip make very sure of, is that this
Yep.
fired actual cannonballs.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
So that's one action, or you took your movement and you've taken your attack, or one action. What else would you like to do?
I've taken my movement. I've taken
One action.
One action.
One attack. You can attack again.
I can attack again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take another shot at this thing?
Yeah, I'll take another shot. Why not?
Okay. Go ahead. Roll to attack.
It's the same spot as last time. I want to try and pierce this thing.
Okay.
That would be a wait. What's the one? 21.
All right. This time the cannonball seems aiming at the same spot, manages to slam hard into the iron golem's back, causing it actually to kind of almost falter forward. It barely manages to catch its feet as there is now a heavier dent, and the ringing from it is louder, almost as if you just hit a gong.
Can
Hmm.
am I still holding the door up?
Yes, you are.
Is it hard to do so?
It's getting harder. Yeah, it's starting to. You can start to feel the weight on you, and the halberd is starting to bend.
I have a push drag lift of 1,320 pounds.
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. All right. So, Aaron, do you have anything else you'd like to do, or that you can do on your turn?
I don't think. How many attacks?
Bonus action stuff?
Bonus action stuff? There's not
Maybe.
really anything I don't think I can do with my bonus action. Let me double
Alright.
check. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Nothing I can do.
All right. Moving over to Machina then. What would you've got this iron golem is starting to hold itself up barely, as there seems to be something. It seems to be ringing, as you can hear what sounds like explosions going on right behind its back. What would you like to do, Machina?
So how heavy does the door actually feel?
You feel that if you had to lift this thing on your own, it'd take a lot more strength than you really want to put into it.
Can I at least lift it up like a bit longer? Like, you know.
If you had to hold it on your own, you think you could probably hold it for maybe about 2 rounds of combat.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a dodge action then.
You're gonna move? Okay.
No, dodge action just to give like
It
disadvantage.
has
Oh,
disadvantage
okay.
on attack roll against him.
All right.
And
And
I'm gonna tell Agent A to slide down underneath it too.
okay. All right, and that's all you're gonna do, Machina?
Yeah, it's the only thing I can do.
All right, Agent A, what's your plan? You now can see all this, watching them do anything. The iron golem doesn't seem to move as it's trying to hold itself up. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to take Machina's advice and slide on through, along with another cast of Mass Cure Wounds to the both of them.
Okay, let's do the mass cure wounds first, and then we'll do the
Slide.
dexterity saving or dexterity throw, dexterity check.
Cha-cha
God,
slide.
I
Cha-cha
can
slide.
fucking talk today, I swear.
Cha-cha slide.
Slide to the left.
17.
17 points to
Slide to the
Machina and
left.
Aaron. All right,
Cross.
Agent
Kelly?
A
Well,
now.
technically to all three of us, but
Yeah.
27.
No, 17.
17.
Jesus.
God damn. Now I feel like I'm gonna have. I've got an idea. Agent A. So now give me the dexterity check to try and see if you can slide through this thing's legs.
My specialty.
Chris.
That quieted Aaron up real quick. He's got competition for Zopip's heart. You can't beat the professional man whore.
18.
18. As you manage to slide through, you do take a little bit of heat damage as your elbow seems to kind of bump into the golem on the way through, taking 2 points of fire damage. But it just kind of scorches your arm a little bit. And as you slide through, you can see Aaron is standing there staring. He's not doing weird shit. I'm repeating into his mic.
Wow.
Fun.
So yeah,
What?
you can see Aaron basically aiming a small, what looks to be almost like a musket straight at the back of the creature, and you can see a slight dent in the metal.
I will look at the little cricket from Men in Black.
God damn it! All right, going back up to the top, Aaron, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot another. I'm gonna shoot it again, right where it's at.
Do you have
Okay.
a thing from Bowmaster that can
It will be at this
The
point that Aaron, you will
maneuver?
be on disadvantage, by the way, because the steam is getting so heavy, you're gonna have a hard time seeing where you're shooting.
Oh, okay.
Bow
I-
maneuver.
I don't
A
think he
battle-
has one for
I
guns.
have maneuver, but I don't really have anything for guns. No.
Uh,
Like I can use it technically because they're maneuvers, but
All right, Aaron, what would you like to
actually
do?
no, I don't think. Yeah, no, they're all they're all most of them are melee.
okay.
I think. Yeah.
All right,
Or
Aaron,
defensive. Anyways, yeah. Do.
disadvantage.
Okay.
So roll twice.
18. 14.
All right, you managed to take a shot
Plus-
at it.
Yeah, no, the 14 is the
Oh,
Taking a shot at it, the bullet seems to just basically bounce off and fall to the ground, almost crushing Agent A's foot as it rolls further down. The creature seems unfazed.
I'm unfazed by the fact that that his foot almost got crushed. I'm doing this again.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's probably going to be it, but I'm gonna. Okay.
Yes.
9.
Again, the cannonball bounces off, this time hitting off of the iron golem into a wall and then slamming into the floor behind you.
Jesus Christ.
You got one more. You have one more action if you're not gonna move. So,
Yeah. Okay.
are you gonna take another shot, or are you gonna leave this thing alone?
Gonna take another shot.
Okay. Yes.
15.
All right. This time the ball seems to launch off the creature and land, and you hear something kind of click behind you.
God.
Oh joy, another trap.
It's at this point you hear something, another loud iron plate drop, and again, the ceiling above, as you can hear it, starts to screech down. All right, coming back to Machina.
is it my ceiling?
No, it's the ceiling into the next stairwell, the one you're kind of fighting to get past the iron golem to get to. You do notice that as the iron wall's starting to come down, it's not like dropping, but it is slowly lowering as your strength. It's still there. It's just a little harder to hold your arms up at this point. The halberd is bending. It's not cracking or breaking in any way, but it is bending back behind, or in the direction behind you. You get the idea that maybe that if you drop this wall and slid through, the halberd would probably bounce into the other room.
To where they are?
No, the one you're in currently.
Oh. Say goodbye to the halberd then.
What?
All right, Machina, what are you doing here, buddy?
I mean, it's obvious no one's gonna fucking help me.
Yep.
Wait, did the iron golem do something last round?
It did not. It was still it was trying to recover from trying to hold its ground after Tren knocked it almost off its feet.
Wonder if I can save the damn thing. He doesn't have any other. She doesn't have any other weapons.
No, and I'd appreciate if I could have that one.
Hold on,
halberds are
put it
easy to
below.
get. Yeah, there's tons of them. Who knows what you'll find down in the vault?
Yeah, I got nothing to
Alright.
help you with.
What's the plan,
Uh,
Machina?
Can I somehow make the halberd change the bending direction?
You don't think so? Due to the fact that how the wall's sitting on it, it's basically sitting in between the crescent blade and the pike portion of it. So that's what's causing it to bend the other way. You'd actually have to push the iron wall up and then turn it around to make it bend the other way.
Can I just like rotate the thing?
Not with the amount of pressure that's on it right now. Because you'd have to at least take one hand off to do it, and there's no way, from what you can tell, that you'd be able to do that without causing the thing to bounce or pop out from where it's at.
Has it been 2 rounds yet? Like
It's been
from
one
me
round.
No, like from me holding it
Yeah,
up.
it's only
Or-
been one round from when the iron golem started to falter, and you were holding most of the load. So you still got another round.
So when it's my turn again, that's when.
That's when
I'm
it'll.
gonna-
Yep. So what's your plan here, Machina?
Is the golem like covering the entire thing?
It from like as far as how wide it is. I just realized something. What the hell?
It
Wait.
got dented, so it should get smaller.
It's not getting smaller. It's basically falling forward a little bit. What the fuck? What did I just?
I don't think I can recover your halberd.
Fuka is behind me, right? Like
Yeah.
with me.
Yes.
He's with me.
Mhm.
Can I do
Fuka's
it?
always with you in spirit.
Oh right, no, it's not my turn. Never mind.
Alright, you guys grab the fucking halberd. I'm gonna hold my action until someone does. How about-
Okay. Wait, what the fuck? I think I just lost my D20. That's
you
not.
guys find a you guys find a
Happened the
way
first
to fucking
time.
grab the weapon, or I'm gonna slide down.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my action.
All right. That's fair. Where the fuck did that thing just go? God damn it! That was my player killer one. No, I can't afford to lose that.
Lose it.
I'll have to look for it here in a minute. Okay. All right. So yeah, as you continue to hold your action, it's the Iron Golem's turn, and I don't have my D20 to roll for its attacking. Where did that
Oh well,
D20 go?
dicey. Here
No.
we go.
Oh well.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go find it. We're gonna take a minute.
Kevin.
I will find these damn dice, 'cause it was here
So,
a minute
would
ago,
it be
and I
like
looked for
possible
it,
to hand Fuka the cannon,
and I wasn't looking on
slide underneath the golem, and help John? Well, I guess not John anymore, but help Fraz with the with holding the wall open. Well,
Let's be
Holding it up.
honest, he's always played the character of Fraz.
he's
That's
always
completely
played the
true.
character. He's always played the character of Fraz. Fair enough. But yeah, could I like do that? In one?
Where did it go? Well, I didn't hear you. Sorry, it
We'll
wasn't even
see.
on my headphones.
Mm.
Oh, wait, fuck, I'm an idiot. Okay.
Agreed. What?
Zopip suddenly dies from a loud explosion.
Why not just hold it from where you are right now?
Okay, so the Iron Golem, noticing what's going on, and after the spell behind him kicking off, lets go of the wall completely. Machina is now fully holding the weight. The halberd is bending even more, and the Iron Golem turns around to face Aaron,
Nope.
and it's going to go ahead and take a swing at Aaron
Oh boy.
with what you just realized now is a sword in the other hand that wasn't holding that wall. And that is, does 17 hit?
No.
Well, there's a shocker. Fuck. Well, does 20 hit?
Yeah.
Should.
Well, at least it wasn't
Damn.
natural.
Is it magical?
No, it is not.
Then no, I don't get any damage from it.
Oh wait, yes, sorry. Are magical. My apology. Yes,
God damn it.
misread something. All right, so that's. Oh, I don't actually have 3d8. Damn it! I need to go pick up more dice.
Guess it can't deal damage to me. Oh well.
Oh no, we can still deal
That's the
damage.
equivalent
You
of
just
the
got
retail
dicey now here, so you just gotta hope dicey's on your side, not mine.
That's the retail joke of it doesn't scan can get for free.
Yep. And unfortunately, then it does 27 points of bludgeoning damage against you. As it smashes the sword into you, as it's
Wow.
really more just a thick piece of iron that's smacking you, in the
So
face, hard.
So my healing was for naught then?
Pretty much. Well, I mean, if he'd healed for 27 instead of 17, it would have.
How much damage?
27.
Okie dokie.
That has to hurt. All right, and that's the only thing it can do, as it's basically turned and is facing you. Agent A, as you are looking around, you can smell in the air some strong potency is kind of starting to fill up the air with the steam.
Can I roll a medicine?
Sure.
It smells like someone's cooking.
18.
Well, it smells like the dungeon master's cooking, in which you're starting to get really sleepy and wishing you'd never been in the room.
Oh fuck,
You
it's sleep
smell what the
gas.
Dungeon Master is cooking?
Yeah, nothing
I'm
but
getting that on a
protein and
t-shirt.
shit.
Hey, you
Can
know
you
what? That was good food. Not my fault you couldn't eat it all. Yeah, so yeah, you smell what is basically a very strong mix of herbs that you recognize as medication to put people to sleep.
Okay.
Wait, don't die.
Don't you die? Yes.
No,
I've got that written in the
I thought
quest.
I had gas mask. Didn't.
No. Zilpip's only gas mask was given to Tikva, and she died with it.
You should
Long
give me
ago.
one.
All right. So yes, Agent A, what do you want to do?
So, how far am I? How far am I down? Well, how far am I up from the bottom floor?
The bottom about 14 stairs.
And what is the situation happening right now? And am I behind or in front of Aaron?
You're behind him. Her.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the water
And
still trickling down?
Yes. In fact, you can actually hear what sounds like another thing of water nearby you, Agent A. Thank you for reminding me, Machina.
to try and at least waken myself up, I'm going to first call out the sleeping gas is about, and I'm going to use courageous fortissimo to wake my ass up to
Okay.
try and wake my ass up. So that's for everyone, including the golem. Well, for Aaron and for Machina and the golem to roll a charisma saving throw.
The golem as well. Okay.
I have to roll. Should I fail
Uh-huh.
or pass?
Uh-huh.
That's
I got a 5.
good news. This thing has a -5 charisma.
Oh God!
So that's 13.
I got a 15.
Ah, you're so close. Damn. Okay, so everyone is now frightened and panic. Frightened creatures suffer disadvantages on all charisma saving
Why
throws.
the hell would you do that?
Yeah, you do
And-
realize the golem can't be frightened, right?
But
It has no effect. You have frightened Machina and Aaron.
hey, at least you're all awake.
Yeah, that's true. You are awake. But you now all have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, while the source of the fear is within line of sight.
Charisma.
No, that's what frightened is.
Oh,
Yes.
alright, never mind then.
And the creature can't move closer to the source of its fear. So good news, Machina. You can't move into that room now.
Well, not really, because as
I
that
couldn't just
soon
let go of the door.
Yes, that's true. But you can't move in behind the golem now.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm just
Okay.
gonna find a way back up.
but the A-Rod is in front of me.
Mhm.
So
So
here's the
Aaron's
thing.
gonna be driven to go through the through the legs of this golem.
I was going to do that anyways. Doesn't matter to me.
All right. So, Agent A,
I'm
is there
not
anything
leaving
else
the
you can
halberd.
do?
I then just spider climb on the wall and start running down, saying, "I'll see you at the bottom."
Okay. Climbing down. All right. Let's then moving on back up to Aaron. What's your plan?
I'm gonna slide through them legs real quick.
Dexterity check, please, with disadvantage. Yep.
Yep.
Because you can't see its between its legs.
So that would be a 15. And that would, yeah, okay. So 15.
All right. So managing to drop down and crawl between its legs, barely missing its sword, as it tries to take another swing at you. Reaction. Moving under its legs, or you managed to get on the other side of the wall. As you can see, Machina's face is starting to turn red from
Hey.
holding this wall.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna grab my halberd and help him hold up this wall.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to do other than that?
No. Do I have to roll strength or anything?
No.
Okay.
Machina, are you still holding your action? Or are you? I mean, because this is you're gonna either have to take your action now, or by the end of this round, it's gonna fall.
Wait, Aaron can't hold it?
No, he can only delay it. That's why I'm letting you
Uh.
delay till the end of the round.
What do you want me to do? Slide in or?
You can't slide down there because the source of your fear is that way.
Right.
So you've been frightened away from it.
I felt it's a
He
con-
did get farther
Can
down.
you
though.
can probably can't he roll a wisdom
Wait,
saving throw?
Agent A,
for
didn't you?
charisma?
Did you say it was concentration?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then it would have deactivated as soon as you use spider climb to climb back down. Okay, never mind. So you're no longer frightened, Machina.
Oh, that's good at least. Should I
Slide
slide down then?
Yeah, slide.
Into the
Wait,
golem's room.
wait. What about you then?
I can hold it open for a little longer, can't I?
You'll have to give me a strength check to see if you can when that time
That's-
comes.
Fine by me.
Okay.
All right, time for me to play fucking bullshit with this guy.
Okay,
I'm
give me a
sliding in.
dexterity with disadvantage.
Slide to them legs.
That is a 19 and a 17 minus 1, 16.
Okay, you managed to slide through using the water to kind of push you down. Do give me a Constitution saving throw though as you slide
Again?
through. Yes, this one isn't at disadvantage. Don't worry, you just Constitution.
Plus 3, so that is 18.
Okay, you managed to get through and slide continuously down, heading down to the bottom of the stairway where you see Agent A spider climbing around on the
Wait.
wall.
I just wanted to not go
You
down.
slid farther because of the water.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright.
Help!
Well, Jesus.
Water slide. That's
Mhm.
nice.
Basically, as you get to the bottom, you kind of stop as you kind of get hit up next to another iron wall, where the
Hello
water is
there.
currently pooling up here. All right.
Another dead end?
Is there anything else you can do, Machina? That's your movement.
Can
That's
I
your
try
one
to
of your
go
actions.
back? No. Can I try to go back? Distract the golem?
You don't have any more movement at this point.
That sucks. Can I try to lift the door
Yeah, you can.
again?
Yeah, give me another strength check or athletics.
Didn't you just slide through the golem?
No, he's through
Different
through one.
door.
This is the door at the bottom of this stairwell now.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Uh,
these things keep falling.
18 plus 9, that's 27.
You manage to get
27.
your fingers under this one. It seems to be a little rougher, easier to grab as you push it up, managing to lift it up about 2 feet on your own.
Ooh.
This thing's heavier than the previous one, from what you can tell. It's a lot thicker.
Oh,
It's
joy.
heavier, but I can lift it by myself.
Yep, only about 2 feet, and you are struggling.
Look down. I want to see what's in there.
You've seen just nothing other than more stairs.
Shit. Okay, I'm just gonna let go
Is there
and
a
then just.
passageway?
You're gonna let go of it?
I mean, is anyone in there or anything?
No, nothing that you can see.
I'm just gonna wait until the water trickles down and then I'm gonna let go.
Okay. Well, the water is slowly trickling down. Most of what was pooled will have fallen, flowed through as you open the door.
I'm just gonna let go and wait for next turn. Try to
Okay.
kill the golem, and then we're just gonna.
The
Or
water,
just run.
the water begins to pool again as you fall back down. Moving on to the Ireland Golem, who is going to take a swing at Aaron. Does a oh wow, that ouch, this is gonna hurt. Let's see, that's 20, 32 hit.
Yeah, 32 hits.
Okay. Want to make sure. Have to ask, you know. All right. And its second one does a 21 hit.
Yeah, 21 hits.
All right. Let me do the 2 rolls then. /R 3A plus 7. So that's 24 damage in the first one. 3d8 plus 7, and 15 more points of bludgeoning damage as this thing continues to just swing at you with its blunted sword. All right.
How
As it-
much damage?
In total?
Yeah.
Let's see. That is 39 damage to you total.
Yep, they're 9.
As it's just beating. Aaron, you feel your abs are getting stronger or your ribs are becoming numb.
What's the difference at this point?
Well, you're not sure if there are any ribs left with the smashing of this. All right. Agent A, you can see that Machina was able to lift that wall up and let some of the water flow through as it starts to pull up again. You will need to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn for the sleeping gas.
Every turn?
End of his turn, yes, because he's higher
Oh.
up. So what would you like to do, Agent A?
Okay, So I noticed there's another doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a passageway that's branching off from the doorway or no?
You couldn't see underneath that door that he had picked
No,
up.
not underneath. I'm talking about like on the side. Is there like any other branching path?
How high up would you have said you climbed?
About
I mean, the ceiling
half.
is about 30 feet up from what you can tell.
I want to
And
say about 5 to 10 feet, somewhere around that range.
As you're up there, you can see that you could just climb around the iron thing, that there's a big opening. You could just climb over it and go down the stair, follow down the stairs over the iron gate that's now, or iron block that's in the way.
oh, that means we
Okay.
can actually just wait for the wire to rise up and then just swing upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that solves the problem at least.
I have a bad feeling about this one. Um, I guess. Well, no. Can I look behind me to see what's going on over there?
Yeah, you see Aeron getting the literal crap beaten out of her by a iron golem.
You wanna,
Fun.
destruct the iron golem real quick?
She looks like
Every
she's
fucking
getting beaten up
time.
by a boxer with iron gloves. By the end of this, you imagine she's either gonna have a 6-pack or an 8-pack, or she's gonna have broken ribs.
I'm gonna run on back.
Mm-hmm.
How far did I run away? Just to make sure.
Heading all the way back up the stairs is only a few feet. You're not going. It's not too far. It's just going up the stairs is a bit more tumultuous at this point.
I'm not on the stairs. I'm on the wall.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
So while I'm running back, I'm using Cloud of Daggers and just trying to pierce it to see if it will like start to weaken the body and hope that it will crush under its own weight.
That's a
like last
saving
time.
throw on its part, correct?
Yes.
All right. What am I saving?
Cloud of Daggers is not a saving throw.
Oh, I thought it was.
Is it an attack roll then?
Yes.
Cloud
And,
daggers. Yeah. Okay.
I'm using it for
Oh, no.
4th level.
Okay. So using it 4th level. All right. So it is. It just happens. It's not an attack. It is concentration, so you will fall off the wall.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not gonna be that far. I won't get any damage from it.
Okay, so you just drop as you cast the spell. All right, go ahead and roll damage. Or attack. Sorry, spell attack. My apologies. Wait, no? Yeah, okay. So he types out for Dicey.
24 damage.
Not too terrible. All right, the creature seems completely unfazed, though. As you
I just still continue holding on the God of Daggers and causing more damage to it.
Okay.
If I get close to it, do I get hit?
Yes, you will. It's everything within a 5-foot radius.
Good job. I can't fucking do anything now.
I mean, you can lunge it, just not me.
All right. No, he can't get close to it because of the fact
No,
that if
I
he does,
know.
he'll take damage.
I know he can lunge it, but just not me.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to do, AJNA, since you're now concentrating on this spell?
No.
Okay. All right. Then moving back up to the top of the order, Aeron. You're holding onto this wall. You're getting smacked around. Give me a. Oh, sorry. Wait 1 sec. AJNA, I need you to make a con save.
Fuck!
I didn't forget.
You did.
Shut up. Poor Zopip
20,
over
not
here.
that.
All right, you managed to stay awake. All right, Aeron.
Is it every turn or just?
Yes, it's every turn.
Ah, shit.
And gas is all around you. Aeron, what do you want to do?
So Gollum stopped holding the door.
You're gonna let go. Yeah, he is not holding the door anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna close the door. And I'm gonna head on, through in the same room as the Golem is.
Oh, you're gonna head on through?
Like the same room the Golem is in, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that where the rest of the
Yeah.
party?
You're gonna get crushed.
But yeah, you'll be crushed because basically there's no room to stand between it and the door.
You can't go.
You'd have to
through
slide
because
through
you're
its
the only
legs.
one lifting.
Can I just let go of the door and slide him through its legs?
Yeah.
Again?
All right. Go ahead. Give me a
Dex.
dex. A dex with disadvantage. It's a dex check, not a saving throw.
15.
All right, managing to slide through its legs. Luckily enough, you grabbed your halberd. Sliding through, you manage to get on the other side of it, and the wall comes colliding down. You are now trapped with the golem in this room, and you can see that there's a cloud of daggers. By the way, Fuka, roll damage for how much he takes, please, as he is going through that cloud of daggers.
Why cloud
Sorry, buddy.
daggers?
Why? Because it's the only good attack spell he has that does high damage.
And it's just 1 point above.
All right, 25 points of damage you take, Aaron, and it is magical. As you're stabbed with many daggers that are seeming to poke at the solid iron
I'm
creature.
at 22 HP.
And Aaron thought she was tougher than nails when they realized the DMs turned up the difficulty level. All right, and to be fair,
Puts me in a fucking room full
If
of
you-
things with magical shit.
if
Who
you're
the fucking
upset,
guess?
remember, blame Wolf. He's the one who started getting me into starting to study traps and stuff like that.
This isn't a trap. It's a
It actually
fucking
is.
robot. It's a fucking.
It's not just the robot that's hurting you.
It's Agent
It's
A.
my teammates.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, I assume Aaron, Agent A, and Machina. At this point, you guys are gonna try and run away.
Yep. Nope. Fuck this shit. Ninguno.
Agent A, are you in the same boat on that?
How high is the iron block?
It's about 15 feet high.
Oh, I can probably just.
You can dex it and
jump.
try and jump it. Yeah, acrobatics.
No,
I
it's
was-
it's athletics.
I thought
Long
it's
jump is
acrobat-
athletics.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. You're not hanging from chandeliers. All right. Agent A, what's your plan here?
I can probably do it while carrying Aaron too.
Well, Agent A has gone silent, so I'm going to just go with the group mentality here that you guys are going to run. Running and jumping over this thing, you guys managed to get away from the golem, although it continues to smash into the block. I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Gonna dent.
Yeah, I'm just going to allow you guys to go through with it. You can hear the golem smashing into the iron block, it doesn't seem to be able to break through, but we will be coming back to you here momentarily. Zilpip,
I'll have my fucking revenge, bitch.
jumping back to you, sitting in your little room with a corpse napping. What is your plan?
Oh, I'm gonna take a long rest.
Yep, no worries.
And at the end of my long rest, I think I'm done with this island. I really do.
Mhm.
I can explore the rest of this stuff at a later date when I'm better equipped.
Okay.
Are you gonna come back to us?
Yes and no.
All right, Zilpip, what's the plan here? You still have the mana pool of something off in the distance, and then you have a small item that seems to be giving off of magic as well further down the beach. But are you planning just to cast teleport and teleport out of here?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. It's casting teleport. You meant from your tiny hut, I assume, not going out.
Yep.
Okay. Casting teleport from your tiny hut. You managed. Where are you planning to teleport to?
On the side, the opposite side of the mud hill, away from the city.
Okay. So, you've managed to teleport back to Dragon's Gate, coming on the northern portion of Dragon's Gate, about a couple miles out from the city. You can see the city pretty clearly, but you can't, but you know, it's a lot colder in this area. It's starting to snow, and you're a little bit farther north than most people come.
Can he see the wall that's destroyed?
Yes, so Zopip, as you do look around, you can see that the city is no longer on fire. You do see a lot of, it's really hard to tell from this distance, a lot of activity, but no one seems to be outright fighting, and you don't hear the clashing of weapons or the screaming anymore. You do also notice that where there once were beautiful osmium walls mixed with tungsten, there is now a wooden palisade that's probably about 7 feet tall, and has a small
All
ditch
around the
dug
city?
around. Yeah, basically. The entire wall, the original wall, is collapsed completely. Much of the brick and stuff are either charred or broken apart.
Wow.
hmm And it's been a while
That
since you've been
took
here.
months.
Yep. Yep. So what's your plan?
I'll put up a tiny hut,
Fucking turtle. All right. Yeah.
and I will cast Dr. Longfellow's Lavish Laboratorium,
All right.
and I'm gonna get to work for the next month until I reach the time period that these guys are in.
Catching up. It's actually not a month that it takes. It takes a couple weeks, surprisingly. As you finally hear, or what actually finally happens is someone seems to end up walking into your wall, and it's a tiny dwarf with a black talon on it. And he literally just walks in the wall, talking with one of his friends. The friend seems to walk just far enough to be where he's passing it. The other one just seems to smack face first into the wall, and blood is coming down his nose. And he's like, "What the fuck happened? There's a fucking wall here!" And his friend's like, "Are you crazy?" And he starts pushing it. "Oh shit, there is." Yeah, of
Hey,
course,
keep
I'm
it
not
down out
lying.
there. I'm trying to work.
The dwarf looks to the other one. He's like, "Did you hear that?" And the other one looks and says, "Yeah, I think you don't think it's." And what the other one look, it's a ghost. And they both kind of look at each other and like, "Oh God," and start running
I'll
back to the
stick my
town.
head out. Hey, idiots.
As you do so, the one that managed not to smash his nose against the wall just happens to be looking back as they're starting to run. And he goes, "It's a headless goat, or only a head," and starts sprinting even faster.
Do I want to talk to these guys?
They seem
Yes.
I
stupid.
do, don't I?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do
They're
wanna talk to
running
them.
full
fuck with-
speed as quick as
I'll
their little
cast
dwarven legs.
proximity gravity fluctuate.
Chase them.
As the spell goes off, you can see they're still sprinting at a full pace, but unfortunately, it's pulling them back instead of them moving forward, and they both are starting to scream even louder as they get pulled and smack into each other. One was, "What the fuck? This is what we get for letting the immigrants in. God damn it! I knew we should have
God
paid
damn
the
it.
immigration officers off."
Okay, first of all, that's not cool. Secondly,
One looks at you and says, "Holy shit! It's a fucking dragon! Run!" And they both start trying to run again, still stuck in place.
they're basically trying to run up a wall.
Uh huh.
Yeah, what happened? What happened to the city, to my beautiful wall?
Just
Why?
don't eat us, please, sir.
I'm not apologizing.
Just don't eat. We know I don't. I promise you, I've got kids at home. Don't eat me. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. And they just keep blubbering like idiots.
I really. Oh boy. Aren't these Black Talon members?
Yes, they are. And they're very well scarred from the looks of it, and they're carrying weapons that have good use on them. And they seem utterly terrified. You can smell urine in the air.
Oh boy.
One of them seems to scream out, "Hey, the fucking emperor left us a ghost! It's even worse than I thought!"
Listen. Answer my questions, and I won't have to haunt you anymore.
The other one, they look at each other, and then you can see the panic going through their eyes as they finally quiet down.
Yeah, alright. So what happened here?
The one who seemed with a broken nose that blood is just spewing out of, he completely ignoring the pain, goes, well, The Emperor basically started launching fireballs at the wall. The wall collapsed. A lot of bodies were on both sides, and we pulled the queen out of a pile of them, and then the white-haired one, and then the giant, fat, Goliath-looking one. Immigration showed up. Apparently, he got denied.
Immigration?
He goes, sir, yes, yes. And he starts to reach into his pocket for something as he rummages around, and he pulls out a little book, a little black book. It says the laws of Dragon's Gate on it. He says, If you, I promise it's not a weapon. Please don't
You've
hurt me."
gotta be freaking
And he
kidding me.
he flips a couple pages and he kind of points, he holds it out for you to look at.
Dragon's Gate has its own list of laws.
This book is thicker than the Bible. By the looks of it. As he kind of just holds it out for you to read and points to a section.
And what does the section say?
In looking at it, it says, as enacted by Zopip of House Kung Pao, according to legislation passed by the council, no immigrants will be allowed without the proper paperwork of subsection C of section 32, subreddit A of the second sentence.
Did you say subreddit?
Yes, I did.
Yep.
And then it says down at the bottom, it says it's signed. It shows a signature of your, or it shows your signature.
Was that done by fucking Raksasha?
No. Zopip, you
probably
suddenly
done by the
remember something about a night when you got really drunk and were having fun at the college. And you roughly remember someone coming to you with paperwork that was wearing a hood, one of the couriers of the city, and you just remember signing it to get the guy to go away. As he continued to annoy you, and your magic seemed to kept blowing up.
That's really funny.
He also bought you around, which made you more likely to, it made you more okay with signing whatever he had.
Oh, so it's bribery too, huh?
Yeah, this
Really
system,
cheap
the-
bribery.
this
He goes,
government is
Sir,
corrupt already.
it's. I believe he looks at your. I assume you're still wearing your sigil on something, right, Zopip?
Yep.
He looks at you and says, "I believe this is your signature here in the rulebook, sir. Every officer of the city of Dragon's Gates gets one of these." There's also a clause in here about something about a Moby and it being inserted into the dead, but we don't talk about those laws.
You should.
Those are the laws that are passed by me.
Okay.
The burial rites here in Dragon's Gate are very unique. I really hope I'm home when I'm buried.
Something about firstborn children
Sorry,
being
I'm back.
offered up to me, you know.
Gods no. Alright, Zopip, so what else did you want to ask these guys?
No, I just want them to leave.
They look at you. Yeah.
Zilpip is slightly depressed after this conversation with them.
Aren't you technically an immigrant too?
Yes.
Yeah, but he
Shit,
signs
They
the
don't have to
paperwork.
know that.
He who signs the paperwork doesn't have to care.
Exactly. Yeah, crap. I'll just send him away.
They both look at you and say, "Sir, thank you," and they start sprinting at full pace.
Okay.
A little trail blood, you know. Go ahead.
In the time that I have,
Mhm.
I'm going to engrave that one spell onto my mask.
Okay.
I'm going to build myself a new flamethrower.
Okay.
And I'm going to practice the crap out of chaos shaping.
Okay. You get 2 days. So, you get the flamethrower, you get the helmet, you don't have time to do the chaos shaping.
In the 2 weeks that I've been here.
Oh, okay. Then yes, you managed to get a bit more practice with it. However, the spell still seems rather unreliable as it seems to still have chaotic, let's go with, options.
Tendencies.
Yes, that works too.
Okay.
I love it.
However, as you are still able to kind of see out and see the city, it seems to be continuously bustling. And as things are being rebuilt and giant bonfires of bodies are just being burnt and taken care of.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna go into town and try to find a cleric.
Okay, heading into the city, you finally are managing to get there. Most of the soldiers seem to almost avoid you, like as if you were the plague, giving you a 30-foot radius at all times, as they seem to whisper left and right about everything. The general gist seems to be that someone talked about a headless zombie or ghost that was trying to eat them and telling them that they were going to be killed for their immigration laws. Um,
Fine with me.
as you get into town, the citizens seem to be overall in good moods. You can see that much of the city is being rebuilt. The walls are slowly being worked on as stonemasons are bringing in brick from a small quarry to the east of the city. And yeah, so everything seems all right. There are as you look around, you cannot find a single cleric.
Not a single one, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's at this time you remember sending them all to their death to the zombie horde that and telling them to leave the center keep.
Oh,
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Good
That
With
sudden
times.
realization of the mass suicide or genocide you committed with a couple words.
Good times. Okay.
Go there.
Crap. I'm gonna find the nearest. Well, I'll go to the college because magic casters live there.
Heading back towards the center keep, finally making it there, you do see that at the entrance to the castle, or to the keep itself, there seems to be two figures talking. One seems to be a very short, furry-looking creature, and the other seems to be a medium height-looking dwarf that you almost immediately recognize as Tenem. Off to your right, where the college would be normally, is a crumbled a mess of destruction, blood, and gore that is still being cleaned up. On your left, the library still stands in pristine design, doesn't seem to have been affected.
Sounds good. I'm gonna head up to Tinnaman the Furry.
Alright, as you walk up, Tenem looks at you and goes, Oi! Zilpip, you're alive! We thought you were dead.
What's up, man?
Well, you just missed our queen. God, I can't believe we still dug her out of a pile of corpses. Oh, Zilpip,
Yo.
apologies. Let me introduce you. And he points to the small furry creature and goes, This is Cathel. She is the new hand of the queen, the head steward, and the one in charge. And the creature just kind of nods and smiles at you. She looks to be like a very multicolored tabby from what you can tell.
Nice to meet you.
She goes, Oi, yes. Oh, I can't do her voice anymore. Apologies, too much coffee.
Just do the
My throat's
deepest,
dry.
manliest voice you can first.
No, she had a very like
Oh,
Scottish,
dear
a female
God.
Scot accent. And I can't do it with with a dry throat. She just nods her hello and just continues on working at what she's doing as she's fiddling with some wood carving. Because the DM can't do the voice tonight. Tenem just looks at you and goes, yeah, we just sent off the queen with one of the captain of Unit 34 and a little white-haired fellow. They just
A
head
little
down
white-haired
below.
fellow.
Yeah, one of the ones that joined Nimian and Kilxius on the wall. We still haven't found Kilxius. We've been burning through all the corpses, but you know, I don't know what happened to that fella.
Huh.
And they never found the goose.
But good news, we did find a dead goose on the way in here. He's been cooked up for dinner. Also,
Oh my God.
we got a letter here for you, but I'll be honest, there's a lot of magic coming off of it, and we've kind of had it quarantined away from everyone.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, and Greg's alive. He's missing fingers though. He's very angry, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, you should have seen it. Apparently, he held the eastern wall all on his own. He with a copper cannon he was holding on his back or under his arm, and just slamming people with his axe. One man versus 500. Apparently, he even took
Good
a
man.
shot at the Emperor, but missed. And then the Emperor decided to blow up the wall with a giant fireball. I mean, I couldn't believe the size of this ball of fire I saw. It exploded the wall with so much pressure, it knocked all the bricks out.
Counterspell.
I guess we should have used some mortar on those bricks instead of just putting bricks down and turning them into tungsten.
I'm not apologizing.
Sheesh. Yeah.
The
But anyways,
destruction was great, by the way.
the Queen, she headed down into the tunnels. They're looking for some vault to some elven king dude that lived here apparently.
Interesting.
I'd say they're probably not dead by now, I hope. We heard a lot of screams, a lot of crashes. Don't know. There was apparently a couple of corpses that spewed this weird liquid that lit you on fire as soon as it touched you.
Fun.
Tell me
I
about
like
it.
fire.
Yeah, as he kind of looks out towards the city. I can tell. You wouldn't happen to know who lit the city on fire, would you?
Not a clue.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna quickly cast locate creature.
Go on. What creature are you trying to locate?
Aaron.
Data does not compute.
Data does not compute.
Correct.
Ron.
Is not a creature. She is a
Yes.
human being with voting rights, damn it. Alright.
Is that
Here-
what they
here goes this.
corrupted your mind with in this epic HR class?
Yeah, that's honestly sadly
Oh
what it
my
is.
God.
In which we talk about fake boobs, queer, and I'm
Wait,
not,
what
and
the
I mean I
hell?
use her wording for that. Is the teacher calls herself queer all the time. Anyways, you do realize that Aaron's probably around 150 feet underground right now.
You know the drill, bro. I'm a drill down.
You're just gonna mold Earth right where you're standing in the middle of the courtyard.
I'll do it at an
I'm gonna be honest. As you start to cast, Tenem looks at you and says, "Wait, we have entrances. We have a tunnel. There's stairs. They're cleared. Please don't make a giant hole in the middle of the keep."
You obviously don't know how I work, do you?
No, I do, and that's why I'm trying to tell you to go that way. At least get out of the keep. I don't want people tripping into a hole. You've already killed all of the clerics in town. Do you know how hard it's been to heal these people? We have a doctor running around chopping off balls. 30 of my men are now castrated, and they don't have children.
Okay.
I know what you did.
All right. I'll
There
take
goes
the
the
stairs.
population.
Thank you. Go dig into the stairs. I don't care. Just don't stay here. As he shoos you away. And he points to one of the what looks to be immediately right outside of the main keep's walls, which are still standing, by the way, because they were just made of simple marble, and didn't seem to get. They are scorched, but you know. He points to one of the wine cellar doorways, next to one of the few houses that's still left standing around the keep. He says, "Walk down there. There are guards. They'll lead you to one of the entrances. Trust me. Don't dig a
Sounds
hole.
good.
You're not a dwarf."
I round the corner and I dig a hole. No.
Alright, so as you walk over, heading down, you do see Piplis and your demon chick working on setting up the town building, getting it designed. And it looks to be they're designing an actual laboratory inside the city.
I'll let them do.
Oh, what
Okay,
was it?
Joseph Mengele.
Heading down into the tunnel, you see a couple of dwarves. As you enter into John Doe's old tunnels, you see a couple of dwarves guarding a door where there's a bunch of furry creatures laying on the ground. The two dwarves look very irritated, but they seem to be guarding the entrance to the doorway.
Hey, boys,
Aye, what do you want?
let me in.
The door's wide
Little
open.
Pigs, little pigs. Oh,
You don't have to call. My mother was a
Oh my
pig,
God.
alright? You don't have to call me it. That's racist.
look, bro.
I'm
I
going
got
to
nothing
call
against
HR.
Big.
I'm going to report this to HR.
I would tell you we have a
Don't make me
department.
report you to immigration.
We have a department in charge of this. I will report you for the insult. They will file paperwork. You will be fined. God damn it.
Oh, please do.
Oh my god.
He says, "All right, what's your name?" As he pulls out a paste paper and pencil.
He's just gonna put my name on there. God damn it.
Zilpip of House
Nope.
Kung Pao.
All right, Zilpip of House Kung Pao. I've got your name now. I'm gonna report it to my captain, and he will deal with you later. As he puts it back in
Oh.
his pocket.
Thank you.
The other one just kind of
Damn.
opens the door.
Smart man.
Stepping over the creatures, which you recognize almost immediately as Vargas, these like furry little demon apes. There's about 7 of them that are in different forms of being disemboweled or dismembered.
Are they cute?
They're dead.
No.
Are they cute?
Yes.
Does Zilpip find corpses of monkeys cute?
Sometimes.
Yes.
Well, then some of them are. Heading down the stairs, you immediately come. The stairway is pretty much unremarkable until you get to about the 3rd flight, where you find 2 piles of what look to be some sort of gooey flesh, and then what looks to be a stone statue that's fallen over with the back of it blown out. I'm just giving you the label in case you want to do anything, Zilpip.
Do anything with the stone statue that fell over?
There's a stone statue that seems to have fallen on its face, and the back of it's blown out, and then 2 piles of what looks to be some sort of gooey pink flesh.
Nah, I'm not even gonna ask about any of it.
Okay, heading further down the stairs, finally coming to the entrance to what it looks to be the 1st level, you can see what looks to be a bunch of small, very short buildings, about almost your height actually. Perfectly designed out. Most of their roofs seem to have either disappeared or deteriorated to nothing. Seeing further down the street, given the fact that you have dark vision, you can see what looks to be figures walking about. But some are human-sized, some Goliath. You can see floating balls of what looks to be some nasty flesh, kind of unsteadily floating around as they're moving about. And further down the street, you can see what looks to be almost a small wooden palisade and what looks to be a wooden keep. Also, off to your right, after looking out, you see immediately another wooden doorway with stairs going down. And you do sense strong magic coming from the center of the town in the wooden keep. Very strong magic.
I'll keep going down.
Ignores everything. Okay. Heading
Yep.
further down, you see immediately, you can hear the annoyance of what sounds like a very angry female complaining about being beaten, stabbed, and attacked in every way. As you come to your first wall of just block of iron that is blocking your path, as you can hear beyond it water trickling down. As the continued
This
bickering
from
of
Earth.
what sounds like a very large figure with a deeper voice and a very annoyed woman complaining and grunting about pain.
God, my back hurts.
You'll
When is the
fucking
government
live.
going to compensate me?
You are HR.
As you
God damn
are
it.
standing at this
I'm,
iron block, Zilpip, you also
yeah.
hear something coming down the stairs behind you, coming from where you just came. And it seems to be moving at a steady pace.
What does it sound like?
Well, it sounds faster than whatever those things were out on the street. And it's got lighter footsteps, so it's not heavy. You're assuming it's probably some sort of creature. And it sounds like you only hear two clinks at a time on what sounds like iron, maybe. Light iron, I should be, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Do you do anything, or are you gonna just wait?
Well, I'm not gonna just like wait here. I'll cast Pass Wall
Okay. Remind me
on the iron door.
what that does again.
Passage appears at a point of your choice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as you do that, the
Up
iron
5 feet wide, 8 feet tall, 20 feet deep.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Oh, that actually helps. Suddenly a door handle appears on the iron wall, on the iron block in front of you.
I will open it.
All right, as you open it, the full iron block just slams hard into the other side of the wall, cracking the fine stone. And you can see behind you finally as something starts to catch up. There's a tall figure, roughly you'd say around 6'5", very skinny, moving at a deliberate pace towards you. They seem to be very elvish in feature, wearing what looks to be light plate mail.
I'm gonna yell stop.
The man stops and goes, "Zilpip of House Kung Pao?
Yeah,
Oh
what's up?
my god, that fucking fellow.
I
I have a
have.
message for you.
I'm looking for. I was told that a Machina. I don't have a last name here, and a Agent A are down in this area. Have you seen
Oh
them?
my god.
I'm
It's
looking.
him.
Oh.
What'd you say, Zilpip?
I said I'm looking for them. Why?
Oh, well then, may I join you then?
What's your name?
Sir, we're just given numbers, unfortunately, under the Queen AA Ron ruling.
That's ridiculous. What do you want me to call you?
He looks at,
Communist Nutbuster 9000.
he looks at, sir, I'm just
I'll
unit.
call you Steve.
Okay, I'm unit 22, but all right, yes, sir. He goes, I'm Go ahead.
Tell me something, Steve.
Yeah, sir. Yes. Yeah.
Why do you want to meet with Machina and the
Uh,
white-haired one?
Machina and Agent A have been found as illegally living in our current country. My supervisor had tried to find them earlier and had apparently spoken to them, although the Queen had basically told him to leave at that time. However, unfortunately, we did find one of the subset laws, and he holds out that black rule book where you see your signature. And it says that this outlaw of the immigration outrules the Queen. That we are allowed to, unless they have diplomatic immunity, they are to be deported immediately upon failing of gaining a orange card, sir. So I'm here to apprehend them and have them removed from the territories.
Oh, of
You
course,
do
of
know that
course.
people won't know if he dies here, right?
Shut up! You're not there.
I wanna do something. I
I'm
wanna
just
be a
Okay.
little
impressed he
creative.
got so far.
I want
Yes, Zilpip.
Fook is
to
lying.
boost my intelligence.
Okay. I'm muting Fuka for a second.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and I'm gonna practice some chaos shaping.
Oh no.
Please don't kill the man. He's only
Who?
doing his job.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill him.
All right. What are you
He'll make
gonna
himself
do?
up.
I'm just going to
These are not the droids. Who
you know, I could do it with other spells, but this isn't a spell. I just want to practice this, get some practice time under my belt, you know. I'm gonna turn all the stone material underneath him for about 10 feet,
Mm-hmm.
just into normal atmosphere, oxygen and nitrogen.
Now 10 feet long, wide, deep, what?
Deep. It'll be pretty skinny around him.
Okay, as
So
he
hot
suddenly
on
drops to the floor, he goes, "Sir!"
And then I'm gonna turn just the small little circle where the stairs were back into stone.
"Sir!"
Did you just bury him?
And it goes silent.
Why did you just bury the poor
You can
man
hear
who's only
thumping
doing
against
his
the
job?
brick for a few seconds and then splat as something. You can just hear squirting of what sounds like something getting immediately crushed as the spell wears off.
Oh,
It's not a
Jesus.
I
spell?
know.
Okay.
Remember when I said it still it has interesting tendencies still?
Yep, that's unfortunate. I
You
was gonna
fucking
leave
did
him.
the exact opposite of what I said to do.
I know. It's okay. He didn't even have a name. I'll
He
go
did.
back
It
to the
was
iron
Steve.
door.
His name was Steve.
Accidents happen and you gotta fucking roll with it.
Oh man.
He had a family.
So
I have a family. Look where they are now.
as
Not
I
you
in
don't
this
can,
fucking
care about
country.
your family.
oh
Or go
god.
back to the iron door and go through the hole in the wall.
Okay. Going through, you run into another wall as water is pouring down all around you. It's not like a heavy stream, it's barely soaking your feet, but it is starting to pile up at the bottom.
And there,
Do
you
they
said
good?
there's another iron
Yes.
wall. I'll cast pass wall again.
Okay. As another doorknob appears and flings open, smashing into it, you suddenly are standing in front of a giant iron golem that is just staring at you. It is bright red, and it looks very confused, if it could be confused.
Everything hurts.
Yeah, you hear further down the screeches of someone.
You live.
Interesting.
Hmm.
You've gone through worse, literally.
And the golem is just staring at me.
Yeah, it's not moving.
Why am I always the one to get beaten up?
Good question.
You'll
This
live.
golem is magical.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. I'm no
I'm
longer
gonna try
shadow banned.
to assert my will over it.
God.
Try to get it to
Okay.
do what I want it to.
All right, go ahead.
Would this be Arcana or just straight intelligence?
Let's go with Arcana just because of the fact that you're trying to magically do this, I assume. And it has no brain.
That is 40.
All right. The creature doesn't bend to you, but it does not attack you.
Good enough.
It just stands there
I'll
as if
walk
it doesn't
past it
see you
then.
as a threat.
Solid. Okay. I can live with that.
As you walk past it, the steam around you is kind of annoying. Give me a Constitution saving throw, Zilpip.
I do have my mask on.
Oh, never mind, Zilpip. All right, walking down, you can see another iron wall. This one, thankfully, is only about 15 feet high, and on the other side, you can hear the familiar voice of the bitching queen.
Hell yeah.
Not the
Wait a
good kind of bitching.
He's like,
actually
that's
bitching.
me.
That's
As they continue to yell at both Machina and Agent A about how terrible life is, how they feel useless, their life goal has been achieved, and they don't understand why they are still down here doing this shit.
Okay, that's hilarious. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna mold earth, just kind of make myself a staircase. Maybe chaos shape a little bit, just to
As I
get
say,
some
as you
more
cast Mold
practice on.
Earth, the stone doesn't move. Thankfully, Chaos Shape creates stairs for you. Although the
Sweet.
stairs seem to almost, as soon as you step on one and step off, it crumbles into what looks to be an ashy material.
Like
And just
a shitty platform game.
yeah, basically, but except it does, yeah, a very slow platform game as it only falls apart after Zopip leaves it. Walking over the iron thing, you see what looks to be a very pale-faced figure, with long flowing white hair, the queen in her new armor, and with her glowing halberd, and a giant man you've never seen before.
Well, hello there.
Hey. Hold up.
Oh,
Fuck,
oh,
did you-
whoa.
Did you
What?
pass by that goddamn golem?
What'd you say?
Did you just pass by that goddamn golem?
Yeah, he's perfectly peaceful.
As
Can I hit him?
Zopip says that, you hear someone coming down the stairs behind and saying, "Hello!" and it's splat as you hear iron moving immediately, and then something getting smacked that sound very wet and liquidy.
That wasn't
Perfectly
the same
peaceful.
guy, was it?
No, it wasn't. The original guy is dead. He got
Okay,
squished
it
in the
was the same
brick.
different guy. Okay.
They have a lot of
Hello?
immigration officers in Dragon's Gate.
Zilpip just pretends like he didn't hear that.
Immigration is our most funded thing, right underneath military.
Mhm.
Jesus.
I would do
Why?
better to leave you down here to die, wouldn't I?
What? No.
Well, I do kind of need her to sign something real quick. Well, it actually does go back into you as the authority figure if you die.
What's going on
I
here?
believe.
I'm not going to die down here, goddammit.
I'm just gonna
Why
show
did you set up immigration laws? Why did you set up laws in general?
I didn't set up any immigration laws.
Who did?
You
It
did.
was. I'm joking.
Zilpip is completely BSing, feigning total ignorance.
You fucking did it.
Like,
You're the
I have
one
no
that did.
idea what
I
you're
didn't
talking
put.
about. All
I,
these laws are
I,
bull,
I
and
didn't. No,
I
I
blame
didn't set.
you
I
exclusively.
I didn't.
Can't you guys just disband those laws?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that after. Can we just not die right now? Can we just not do that?
Yeah.
Can,
Why? What are you guys doing down here?
The
shiny
vault
things.
6 levels down. I made a contract with the lit. No, not yet. It's not yet signed.
Interesting.
I need the
Also, who are you?
country's permission. Makina, captain of the Unit 34.
As you
Ex-
realize
I've
he's
met
got
you
the
before.
chainmail speedo on still, and nothing else, and he's naturally very oily and shiny.
God, I love that uniform.
No,
Just
the
gonna say
oil's
that.
gone now. I have no more oils.
You are still naturally oily.
God damn it.
So he shines and glimmers as his perfectly sculpted muscles seem to shine in the light of Aaron's.
Why?
You've
For
actually
the
heard
money,
Zilpip.
man.
You've actually heard
For
about
the
Unit
money.
34. They're pretty well known and respected. They're the elite unit in the military and are probably some of the most well trained soldiers of the country.
Well, it's
Normally,
basically the same thing as a gigolo, so no
gigolo.
different. It's gigolo.
No, it is
Pronounce it.
Gigolo.
It's
It's
G.
gigolo.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude. God damn it. Oh,
It's the same thing.
goddamn
Like,
bots.
it's the same job, so no different.
Except you're not fucking anybody, other than yourselves apparently. As you guys are standing there, you can actually see further down the stairs. There's a doorway now that's designed very like with stone that's carved in the shape of branches, kind of banging out, and you can see a bright blue light coming from down there.
Ooh, shiny.
You're just gonna stand up
How are you
after
still walking?
bitching that long.
Shiny.
Alright.
You have potions.
I'll look pretty banged up. We're gonna rest here for the night.
All right.
Zilpip, as you look around, also check your messages, Zilpip.
Oh, sorry.
I assume you're gonna mold earth though into the wall to basically create a little area to not be attacked.
Or just use the hut.
Yeah.
Okay. Molding earth and creating a little cavern for you all to go and rest inside. Entering in, you managed to actually get through the beautiful carvings and intricate designs on the wall, and come into a small chamber that seems to open up on the other side of this wall, where you see a ton of very well designed spears that seem to be able to poke through the little holes in the wall.
Good thing we didn't trigger
And
those
each of them
ones.
seem to have different runes designed on them that seem to create spells of like slowness, hex, sleep, create water,
Weakness.
weakness.
Ah, that's the great water. Okay. That's where that one's coming from.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
It's in Abyssal, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so I can read it too.
You know what?
Mhm.
Yeah, not metagaming, obviously, but I remember helping you make this.
Yep. Actually, you're the one who
Did
gave me
tell
the
us
ideas for designing some of this stuff, but
I
I've
did.
changed
I
a lot of
remember.
it. Yeah, so as you guys manage to camp out and relax, the DM is going to run to the restroom while you guys contemplate and catch up, because I really gotta pee again, so.
Can we grab those spikes and use them as weapons?
You can certainly try.
Oh, and everyone go ahead and do long rest.
Yes,
What
we
did
can
you say?
definitely fucking hear you.
It's quite aggressive there.
What's quite aggressive? I mean, those are technically magical weapons, right?
Those are technically just very shiny javelins, and I could use some pretty shiny javelins.
I mean, then feel free to grab one.
I'll grab a bunch of them. Magical shiny javelins? Yes, please.
I'm back. I assume you heard me when I said everyone go ahead and do a long rest.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No,
Apologies,
we
I
did
didn't know
not
if it
hear you.
hurt, if it popped or not, because I was at the doorway. Yeah, so everyone will get a long rest in this without having to put up guards due to the fact that Zopip would have, I assume, blocked off all outside
Yep.
connection just to make sure.
Plus the tiny hut.
Yeah, okay. So after passing out and getting a restful sleep, looking or coming back out into the hallway, you can still see the blue light is continuously shining.
shiny.
What in this blue light is magical?
You don't sense any magic coming from the blue light further down the stairs. The only magic you're sensing around you is what's way deeper down, about 3 more floors, and then the spikes on the side of the walls that have been disabled.
Can I, like, take the spikes?
Yes, you can try, but you're gonna have to break through the wall to grab one. The only reason Zopip was able to see it is when he molded Earth, he got a slight molding into it. He would have gotten a bit of the wall opening up on him by accident. Basically seeing this little cavern, and then it was just enough to see the arrow or the spears.
Should we just proceed downwards?
What do you say?
Should we just proceed downwards?
I want to see the shiny rock.
You absolutely should.
Alright. Guess I'm
Alright.
going first then.
All right,
Starting with the biggest man, I will be in the back.
as
Yeah,
usual.
makes sense.
All right, as Machina starts to walk down, Machina, give me a perception check.
Easy. +1, 16.
All right. As you start to walk down, you can still see that at least some of these steps have very well carved out plates in them that seem to be individualized off of the stone.
I'm gonna call that out to everyone. There are still traps in here. It's getting annoying.
Avoiding them, managing to kind of step around a few as they're not many in between.
I mean, I can just shimmy up, like climb, sort of, kind of climb the walls downwards.
No, there's no. You'd have to. I
Like-
mean, you can climb or walk down the stairs and avoid them, but yeah.
And then just like push, just fine. Never mind.
Okay, heading down the stairs and avoiding them overall, you find, or you finally get to the entrance, and you see in the center of this small open cavern is a giant blue rock that seems to be giving off a lot of light. All around this rock seems to be what looks to be people bowing to it, in strange blue cloaks. Little huts are all around it, and yeah.
From a lich to a fucking cult. What's next?
Yes.
And I see no magic coming off the blue rock.
No, not at all. It's just a shiny blue rock that's really bright.
It's so shiny.
What do the cultists look like? I'm gonna call it cultists.
They're bent over in solid blue cloaks, with what looks to be square hoods. Like the hoods are legitimately almost a perfect cube.
What the hell? I
And they
want
just
one.
all seem
I
to be
want one.
bending at the waist and bowing to it. Some are on the ground bowing to it, and whispering in chants. You can also see up on the roof is a couple of what looks to be something moving up there. You can't really tell given the range, how far away it is. But they do seem to be moving, and they seem to be large objects that are moving rather quickly.
What language are they chanting at? AKA,
Draconic.
is it abyssal? Ah, shit.
I know Draconic.
All right. As you start to hear them, they seem to be, from the general gist of it, as it's a very broken accent, seems to be something along the lines of the Rock of the Sky, and that's about really what you get. Is Hail the Rock of the Sky.
Ooh. I
I'm
want
gonna
it.
steal it.
That's
Oh,
my
okay,
rock.
we're gonna steal
This thing is, from what you can tell, is about the size. It's about 3 stories high.
it. Wait, the
And
actual fucking thing?
yeah, the rock itself, and about 30 feet wide.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
they
steal it.
won't mind if I take a small amount.
And totally, cultists love when you steal shit from whatever they're worshiping.
Of course.
Should we just
Indiana
call it to
Jones
them?
taught us all taught us that.
Just
Yep.
tell them you're its god, and you're fine. Okay. Okay.
Excuse me. I am your god.
Okay. Now give me your
Jesus.
thing.
Uses intelligence to intimidate. All right. So
Should we
staring
just
out.
call out to them?
I
I'm
mean,
gonna call out to them.
in
I'd
what
use,
language?
oh, right, shit, I can't speak Draconic. Someone else do it.
I'm going to call out to them in Draconic.
Hey, you bitch.
Oh no.
What are you gonna say, Agent A?
Well, you said
Nothing.
that no, shut up. You said that there is a what rock in the sky.
Yeah, that's what
That's
they're
what they're
saying.
calling it?
They're hailing the
Fuck
rock
the
from the
rock
sky.
Fuck your rock.
Now let's not piss them off. Well, let's piss them off. Fuck your rock.
Okay.
All of them
Oh,
turn, and you see that they start pulling out weapons that are glowing with the same material and are immediately.
You know I was just joking, right?
There,
Yeah.
from
Those
what you
look
can
shiny.
tell, there's not just the ones that were surrounding the rock. What you saw about 30 roughly that were surrounding the rock after getting a rough count, but there are ones that are now coming out of huts, and you're roughly counting almost 200,
Alright,
stand
I'm
back.
going.
all with weapons and
okay.
items.
I'm standing back from Zilpip. He can deal with this.
You
Yep.
can melt them all. Okay, you do your
Now,
thing.
before we continue, I'm going to ask, as it is just about 8 o'clock, do you want to come back next week to this session, or do you want to finish up? Or continue?
It's just gonna be a quick kill, I think.
Maybe.
I'm asking now for the players because of the fact that, yes, there is a, it might be a
Sounds
long
like there's
encounter.
a boss battle coming up.
It's a long encounter, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
next week
Then
then.
yeah. Next.
Okay, so then we will come back next time. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our long session. For those in the current team, hope that Wolf's girlfriend's gone and out of town again so he can play D&D next week. Thank you all for showing up, and thank you all for watching. See you next time.